happy Thursday. Bust down Pantheanas.
Bust down Pantheanas. Bust down.
Sue's in the chat. Sorry for the delay. Let's see here. We got CJH Entertainment Plus. Appreciate you. Batman. Definitely got to talk some Batman tonight. A lot of Batman happenings. A lot of stuff happening in Batman world in two different universes. I think it's going the way that I thought it was going to go, but we'll discuss. We'll discuss later. What up, Felix? Wolverine, what up? Quasimodo, what up? Let's see, Battery. We got Mike, mind your business. Stuff be happening, life be life. Mary's bust down. Let's see. What up, Lawrence? Yeah, I miss anybody? And Xavier, what up? Okay. Crew still packed in. We definitely appreciate y'all. Darius, how you doing on this Thursday afternoon or Thursday evening, Thursday night?
I'm good. I am good. Glad to be here. Things to talk about, things that happened over the week. Not so many trailers, but 3 trailers. We got the Mandalorian trailer, the House of the Dragon trailer, Toy Story trailer.
I have not seen Toy Story trailer, so I'll be watching that one for the first time tonight.
Oh, really? Yeah, it was good. It was good. I liked it. It answered some of the questions that we had about like why the fuck is Woody involved. But yeah, it looks good. We'll talk about James Gunn and the DCU that may not take off, and him fast tracking Batman 3 so they can get Brave and the Bold out.
Yeah, that's the reason why Batman 3 is fast tracked for sure. Yeah, absolutely.
We're gonna talk about I know Chill's gonna want to talk about Ronda Rousey and Carano.
Yeah, man, that is fucking insane. Definitely didn't see that coming. Didn't have that on my bingo card. Rousey, we'll also
discuss Avengers Secret Wars. It's not going to be 2 parts. Marvel is looking at just doing 1 part. Marvel and Sony also gave a synopsis for Spider-Man. It's the first real look at what from the studios, not from scoopers. Of course, we'll go into the Mando Grogu trailer and what it was. And then if we have time, we can talk about Ben Solo and how they are, I guess, really trying to get this film made for whatever reasons. So
not good.
Yeah. Where do you want to start?
Man, that's a packed slate. Maybe trailers. You want to start with trailers?
All right, let's do the. Actually, let me go to Twitter instead. Let's start with.
What up, Professor Dwayne Coleman? What's up?
Let me pull this over here.
Did you ever pay me my $1, Dwayne Coleman? Did I get my $1 from? I don't know. Now you know what? We'll talk about it later. It's all right. It's okay. Maybe I'm tripping.
Okay, let's do. We'll do Toy Story first.
I had to figure out the deal with the revelation that Trump said Obama's in trouble for giving away classified information.
Man, Trump can shut the fuck up. I saw that shit. Shut the fuck up. That Obama lives rent free.
Wait. So when he told, who was he sitting down with an interview with? Who was he doing that with? Man, I can't even remember who he's sitting down with. But I did see him say that there are aliens, but he said he hasn't seen it. He hasn't. I haven't seen anything. They haven't. They're not in Area 51, and they've been keeping it from me. If it is, I seen that shit. But that's what he's talking about when he's talking about giving away classified information.
Yes, that's what he's talking about. He's like he said he made a big mistake.
So that motherfucker, he's so stupid. He's so dumb that he's confirming that there's aliens before he gets a chance to do it. Like most people would take what Obama said is like a turn of cheek. Like, I mean, I don't know if you're literally taking him literally, if he's actually going to sit down and discuss alien life with you on this fucking podcast. but I didn't take it that seriously. But he took it so seriously. He's like, God damn it. He released the news. We were supposed to talk about that on Wednesday. God damn it. God damn it.
He just can't stand Obama.
Idiot. What's going on,
Like I said, he made a big mistake. He said he made a real big mistake when he did that.
He cut the legs out underneath his announcement. He was going to tell us that it's a mothership somewhere. I think we already, I knew that. We covered that on the pod like a year ago. There's some mothership out here in our galaxy. But anyways, yeah, enough alien talk. Let's I guess talk about Toy Story.
All right, this is the first trailer for Toy Story released from Disney and Pixar. Let's give it a look.
To be your beloved bride.
Yeehaw! I now pronounce you husband and knife. Poison the maid of honor!
Bonnie, there's a package for you. Oh, thank you.
Hi there, I'm Lily Pad. Let's play.
Extinction, not again.
Bonnie, screen time's over now.
Okay.
I want to talk to you, device.
Please, call me Lily.
Me and the toys have been working all summer to try and get Bonnie to make friends.
Yeah.
But then you had to ruin
Got
it.
it.
You're not even listening to me.
I'm always listening. See?
Now look here, me and the toys have been working all summer.
Now in Spanish.
Con los gemelos Jordan, al otro lado del
What?
Yeah, I got dibs on behind the dresser.
Woody! Jesse, hello?
Is it as bad out there for toys as they say it is?
We're finding more abandoned toys each day.
We're down! Tex invaded our house, too.
I don't know, Jesse. Toys are for play, but tech is for everything.
I'm losing Bonnie to this device.
You got a friend in me. Woody! Came here as fast as I could.
Why are you wearing a dress, Woody?
It's called a poncho, Forky.
Someone needs a brown marker.
Halt! Who goes there? Whoa! I come in peace.
It's been too long, cowboy.
What are you, some sort of old man toy?
What?
She thinks you're old because you're bald, Woody.
Bonnie needs help from someone at least from the same century. So long, toys.
We're gonna need backup. No way. Just give me away, boss. Our mission on this planet is to make a child happy.
Bonnie still needs us. Come on, Bullseye.
But you stay here. I'm going with them. You don't think I can do it?
No!
Nice poncho.
It's good to see them fighting again. It sure is.
I still say 3 was the perfect ending, but this one doesn't look. It looks better than 4 because that 4 is trash. This looks better than 4 though.
Yeah, no. I mean, I don't think that this trailer kind of takes you off of that narrative. If you thought it should end at 3, this doesn't change your mind. I think a couple things with this. I was surprised that I laughed at some of the jokes, so that's a good sign. But I'm 33 years old, so this is not necessarily from my demographic. I hope that this reaches the audience it needs to reach, because again, Toy Story is not as prevalent. It doesn't have as prevalent a footprint with these kids these days, with the kids that it's trying to attract, your like 5 to 12 range. It doesn't have as much of a foothold. Now, a way that it's kind of, the ship has already sailed on that one in terms of like TV shows and other Toy Story content. I guess it wasn't that long ago that they had 4 out. It wasn't, too long ago. So I guess if you're like 8 now, maybe you saw it but don't really remember it, the original, the 4th one. So I guess it's really going to come down to how well they market to that younger sector of people, the younger children. They did good with, Zootopia. They did really good with Lilo and Stitch last year. It hasn't been a complete wasteland for Disney Animation or Pixar. maybe within the last 2 years, but
Inside Out as well.
Inside Out, I don't know. I don't know. I'm on the fence about it right now. Then again, they're not targeting me. So I don't really know how to cut Toy Story 5. When I see how they got Woody back, it straight plot. Like it literally screams at you, we needed to make a fifth one. What is the range on these walkie-talkies? where is he around the corner? Did they go camping around the corner? Like
From what it looks like, Woody is with Bo Peep and they are traveling. Well, they are part of the traveling. If they're still a part of the traveling carnival, then
the carnival,
then that means that they are going. I assume because ain't no carnival staying in one state to state. But now I'm thinking too much into it.
Walkie-talkie. Yeah, I mean, sure. I mean, again, we needed to make a fifth one. That's as much as I'll give that one. But, yeah, I don't know. I hope it brings out the younger audiences the way that Zootopia did.
Yes, I think this is another bill for them personally. I really do. I think that they'll get a bill on this. Toy Story stems all the way back to the 90s, 99 or 2000, one of those. And I remember when Toy Story came out, the first one, my cousin was really into Toy Story, and I liked the first one a lot too. So we watched it a lot growing up. So Toy Story, especially the third one, is my favorite personally. I thought it was the perfect ending. I don't like 4. This one looks better than 4. The whole idea with the lily pad, I really like because that is too real. I mean, I have nieces, nephews, little cousins that are into their tablets, and they don't put them down. We had a family funeral this past weekend. Those kids were not at the funeral, but while we were all at the house they are all on tablets and not knowing what the hell is going on around us. So that part I really like. I like the part where she was laying on the tablet and the Roomba was trying to get through her, and she just mindlessly lifted her leg because that's how these kids act. So I like that. Pretty interesting. So yeah, I'll be going to see it. I'll be going to see this one. I think that this is another, like I said, bill for them. Yeah, I'm checking this one out. This one doesn't seem bad. I don't know. Spoiler alert. Rumor alert, rather. Grain of salt. Lotso is also supposed to be returning in this.
Man, come on. Since when do we have returning villains in Toy Story? We might as well bring Sid back.
I said of all the villains, I like Lotso a lot, but of all the villains, if you're bringing, because apparently another rumor, they're bringing back Jesse's original owner. So I'm like, well, what are we bringing back?
The toy collector dude. Yeah.
No. Jesse's original owner was that girl that left her at the park. Remember?
Oh, her original
girl we
owner.
never even met.
Yeah.
We only, had that song with her. Yeah. So rumor wise, she's supposed to be coming back too.
There's a part of me that resents how successful they can just wash over what was supposed to be a heartfelt send-off and then, feed it to us and we just eat it up. Like, you got an emotional attachment to how the story arced and how it went out, and you felt like it paid off well. And so that was an apt ending for you or for me or for, people who enjoyed the original trilogy. And so to see them wash it into 5, at some point, it does feel like, all right, well, how emotionally invested can I get into the ending of the next movie? If we end up at Toy Story 7, how many times can we abandon the toys?
Did you see what the dude said? I don't know. I don't remember who it was. I don't know if it was a director, showrunner, somebody involved with Disney. I don't remember who it was. They answered that and said that this can go forever. This can go on.
No,
that's what they said. Let me find that.
God damn it.
Let me find that quote.
So lazy. It's so lazy. Make your new thing that you can make 6 sequels to. I don't know, man. It doesn't look terrible to me. I'm not going to sit here and say it looks bad, but I will say that they're kind of running, at least with me. And I can't speak to younger generations, but they're running thin on the nostalgia meter. And so now we've dragged this thing all the way into real current life, which it was never really supposed to be, you know. Not since the 90s has it matched up so well with actual life as an adult. But damn, man, I just feel like they're cutting the product real thin now. Ready for Incredibles 3. Yeah, like we cutting the product real thin now.
I can't find the exact quote, but this is what it says here. It says Pixar intends to turn Toy Story into an ongoing multi-generational saga, suggesting that the franchise could continue indefinitely beyond Toy Story 5, releasing June 2026. Driven by the enduring nature of the toys, Pixar views the world and characters as capable of constant renewal. The upcoming film will reunite Woody and Buzz, highlighting a toy meets tech storyline. So they intend to make this multi-generational.
And they're right, because they can. Because these toys will not die, and someone else can do the voice, and these actors can die, but the voice doesn't.
Yeah, just because you can do something doesn't necessarily mean that
you should. Yeah, like
I
it's
feel like
giving
there's
Fast
no
and Furious vibes.
there's no strong. I was actually about to cite Fast and Furious. There's no strong reason for why this shouldn't continue. If you don't want to see it, like they say, then don't watch Toy Story 4 and 5 or 6 or 7. But their audience exists for this, and when Pixar does original stuff, then it doesn't do as well. There's every reason is pointing towards Toy Story 17.
Toy Story 17 is diabolical.
It sounds like a lack of creative talent, frankly. I mean, if we're saying the only thing we can do is go back to the well of what has been successful here to make money, then you're a slave to it. And there is something to be said about making a novelty out of your keynote product. Like, just ask Lucasfilm. If you turn it into a novelty, people will treat it as such. And so then you will hit a wall eventually. Like, I think, again, we kind of talk about this stuff in merchandising a lot with Lucasfilm and how down product their losses are, like how down the line they can just kind of brush off film losses or TV shows that don't go over well because they make so much money in other places. That's tenfold for a property like Toy Story. But the lesson of Lucasfilm is that it does come due eventually. Like, eventually it catches up with you. Your reputation takes a hit. And I'm not saying that's where we're at right now with Toy Story. I'm not doomcasting a generation into the future. I'm just saying I wouldn't depend on Toy Story for the next half decade. I wouldn't be just queuing up Toy Story 6 and 7 in the next coming years. Like, I would do probably what they did with in between 4 and 5, give it a nice little breather and revamp it if you feel so inclined.
I'll be honest,
the audience wants it.
Does the audience want it? Or is it our generation?
I don't think we were
our generation that grew up on Toy Story that wants it. Because I don't know that kids are asking for Toy Story. I will ask this too. Oh man, I lost my train of thought. Lost it. It'll come back.
Fix the screen.
Cleaves, to your question, Incredibles 3 does not come out until 2028.
God,
we still got some time. Yeah, still got some time. Got some time on that one. No plot, no nothing on it right now.
What's the next trailer after Toy Story?
Our next trailer is going to be House of the Dragon. A lot of people. Actually, you know what? We'll talk about that after. Let's just get into.
This one was really good.
All right, here we go.
Where were you
Alicent came to Dragonstone. She will open the gates of the Red Keep and surrender to me.
Why do you keep trusting this girl?
Trust her.
I'm with Luke.
The king has abdicated the throne. A new dawn is coming. A new line of unsullied kings. You are the Queen of Dragons. You have an
Sea
absolute
snake.
power within your grasp.
Soon or late, Rhaenyra will send her new dragons here. It would be the end.
What she's waiting on? What is it?
This is the moment you become queen.
She about to lose somebody else, bro. Somebody else about to go down while she trying to hold her trigger finger. Somebody else gonna go down. Watch. That's why she over there crying.
Well, it's good to see Blue's been renewed for another season.
Who?
Blue. Didn't you guys see him? He was in there.
He's talking
with
about
the silver
snake.
hair.
Blue does kind
He
of.
does favor the sea snake.
I will say that did look good. It looks great. I'm ready for season 3. People are definitely dying. I mean, yeah. This is like they said, we march to our annihilation. This is the event in the in the Game of Thrones universe that almost
that
made the
wiped out the
Targaryens
dragons
go extinct.
pretty much wipes out the dragons for a whole.
Yeah, the dragons.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if it wasn't for Sir Dunk the Tall,
we ain't got to connect the joints just yet. You know what I mean?
I'm sorry, Sir Dunk the Tall. I'm thinking Rhaegar. I'm not thinking. I'm sorry, wrong line of Targaryens. A little ways down, but yes, this is going to be really good. We're going to see a lot of people die. They showed the scene when you were saying there. People dying. The scene of well, I don't actually want to say that unless people don't know the books. So, just people will die.
It's about to get nuts. And what's so crazy is they describe her as this mad woman in the story, but then it's like they're in the show, they've gone out of their way to show how much restraint she's shown, and she's still trying to find diplomatic way. Like, I thought we left the diplomacy in season 1 after our son got 8. You know, I thought the diplomacy was about to be out of the window there. I think maybe we'll finally start to see some of that, that mad Targaryen in this season. We're gonna have to. Battle of the Gullet is gonna be a big one.
Battle of the Gullet. That's the one that's gonna hurt me. The Battle of the Gullet's gonna hurt me. When Rhaenys died, I already knew that was gonna hurt me. Meleys and Rhaenys, I was like, damn, I don't want to see this, but it's gotta happen. The Battle of the Gullet's gotta happen.
Yeah, she went out like a G though. She did go out like a G. She could have got away.
She did. And yeah, I don't really care for the way some of the changes from the books that they've done, like especially with Rhaenyra. In the book, she's not. I mean, she is somewhere like her father, where she is trying to keep the peace. Where if she can find another solution that's not war, she'll do it. But at the same time, Rhaenyra in the books is depicted a little bit differently. One, she's very fat. She's not pleasing to look at, but at the same time, whenever Luke is killed, it's all out war. There's no let's find a way to still negotiate this. I don't know what this whole thing is where she's still trusting Alicent. I don't know. So at this
we
point,
already did this now. Why are you still trusting her? How many more chances we gonna give her?
Right. Fool me once.
Her option was to go ahead and bounce up out of Dragonstone right now. Don't even go back to the Red Keep. It's over. I'm about to fly into King's Landing tomorrow. You said the king gone? Bet. I'm up in there. Tell your daddy to lay down his arms or get burnt up. That's the way that should have went. And probably if it had went that way, it's kind of one of those you know how the supervillain always tries to justify his deaths as the lesser evils. Like, I'm saving millions of lives by, just sacrificing you or just sacrificing 100 people over here. Well, I mean, you actually get to see the whole thing play out. Maybe if she just went in there and just laid old Hightower and everybody down after his grandson hit the skirts and ran up out of King's Landing, all of them people didn't have to die. Your entire family didn't have to be wiped out. You know what I mean? Or not entire family. Well, yeah, pretty much her line of the family.
Just about. I mean, there's 2 instances in the Game of Thrones universe where the Targaryens base almost go, well, 3. One in Old Valyria, had they not fled because of the dream, they would have perished like all the other dragon riders. 2, right, this whole fight between the families with the dragons, and then 3, when Egg becomes king, he becomes obsessed with trying to get dragons back under the Targaryens, to where he invites his entire family to the castle, and the castle sets on fire, and almost all the Targaryens are extinct. That's where we get Daenerys and the rest of them. Daenerys' mother are the only 2 that survived.
Yep.
And yes, like Jay said, yeah.
Oh, my bad. No.
Hold on. She goes mad after Jace's death. That's that battle.
So I think how are you liking Night of the Seven Kingdoms?
I'm loving it. After that 3rd episode is what did it.
Yeah, it started to pick up a bit, because I after the first 2, I was like, all right, look now. Look now, somebody thinks they're funny. Me thinks you think you're funny, because these 35-minute episodes with very little, movement. Like, we were taking an entire day for an episode, and it was like, all right now. But then they started to pick up a little bit. He had to go defend old girl. Arian pops in there, or he wants a trial of 7. We got to gather up some knights. It start getting consequential. Them first 2 episodes, I didn't know what the fuck was going on. I was like, what are we doing here? Why aren't we here? What did we come here for?
Yeah.
But no, it's getting really good. And I like this as a bridge now. I didn't know how I was going to like it, because I didn't know how they were going to play it. You've seen a little bit of mentions to the aforementioned eras of the Dance of the Dragons, but they haven't delved in it so much as to give up what actually happened. Right? There's been little slight hedges to things that we see in the future and things we see in the past, if you know where to find them, but it hasn't been so overt as to alert you to the things that may be coming in House of the Dragons season 3. So I'm hyped for sure for all of it.
The budget is crazy good. The dragons walking in the trailer, the dragons breathing fire, they're just showing off. They're like, look, we're not worried, we're just going to show you all this stuff, and there's probably some more dragon stuff. I'm not worried about it anymore. Whereas I think that they were conservative at the beginning of this series. The one thing at the end, it just says June. Why not a date?
I don't know. I feel like maybe, we probably should have a date by now.
You'd figure it'd be a Sunday, but do they not have it figured out? Does something like the sale of Warner Brothers have to do with this? Will it be on Netflix instead? Like, it's just bizarre.
I don't think any of that will be figured out by this June. So
I should say Paramount Plus. Yeah. I should say Paramount Plus, because that's where it was always going to go, guys.
It hasn't gone there yet.
Yeah, big stuff coming with this season, and like you said, with Knights of the Seven Kingdoms, you are getting glimpses into the Battle of the Dragons, and then you're also getting glimpses into some Game of Thrones stuff, but also if they do, which they said they want this to possibly go 5 seasons, but if they do, they did mention in the last episode, I think, young Dunk in the flashback was talking about the rebellion, the war that was the first Blackfire Rebellion. So I'm assuming if we do season 2, we're going to get the second Blackfire Rebellion. And if we get that second Blackfire Rebellion, we're going to get a lot more Targaryens. And the rumor is Henry Cavill is in the second season, he's playing God, what's his name? Daron Blackfire. What's his name? One of the bastard Targaryens that was that led the Blackfire Rebellion.
Blackfire Rebellion. Why do you think that You know how people don't necessarily want to see big name stars in Star Wars. Do you think Game of Thrones is kind of like that? Do you feel that way about Game of Thrones?
From practice.
Depends on who it is. I feel Henry Cavill fits in this universe because he's done The Witcher. This is, I mean, his neck of the woods as far as London, England, all that kind of stuff. I don't know. I think he fits. I think he fits. And I would love to see him as one of the bastard Targaryen, the Blackfire, because he's one. His stature, I believe, I'm trying to figure out which one that was, which Blackfire led that rebellion. His stature is really big, and I know that dude is big too. That the Blackfire guy.
Yeah.
They don't have a history of using the big stars. They did Ed Sheeran, but that was never a real role.
Right. I mean, honestly,
yeah, he just sang.
The biggest star they probably have in there is Amelia. She got well, I don't know, maybe Kit or Sophie. Any three of them, and most of their
for sure
notoriety was built up on that show. Like they don't have much to show for outside of Game of Thrones. So
was Jason Momoa very big before this?
I guess you could call that his jumping off point was Dolph Draco. Paul Drago.
I wouldn't be so quick to believe that they dispelled that rumor. They dispelled that. They also dispelled that Andrew Garfield wasn't going to be in No Way Home. But lo and behold.
Well, different studio, but point taken. I mean, they
but
lied.
It wasn't.
They definitely
I don't know
lied.
if it was. I don't know if it was HBO, Warner Brothers themselves that came out and said, or if this was just more stuff whispered on the internet. Because even though the first thing about him being in the show was a rumor, like I said, grain of salt, I would even say that the dispelling could be a rumor. Yeah, we don't want to tell you guys that Henry Cavill's in season 2. Henry Cavill?
Supposed to break the internet. Yeah. I mean, we'll see. I do like what they got going on right now. Have you heard? Thinking more theatrical for Aegon's Conquest instead of a fucking mini series. Dog, come on, man. Come, give me that. That's what I'm. Come on, give me some of that.
They were saying Dune level, on the level of Dune for Aegon's Conquest, and I'm like,
dog. Man,
got to.
Might split that thing up into 2 parts, maybe even 3. And we've got 7 kingdoms to conquer. We could definitely stretch that thing out for a trilogy.
Yeah, because I want to see those battles too. I want to see take down some of those places.
Nah, though, I'm excited about that. I'm excited that they heard the dismay of Game of Thrones fans when they were talking about putting in a short series. That's been happening a lot lately, actually. AMC was apparently they were showing AI videos, short stories in like the preview section of their showings, and apparently they put it out and caused a lot of uproar. Apparently they've done away with their partnership with the company that was giving the AI videos. It's been happening a lot lately. Make your voice be heard.
This AI stuff is
cool.
Only gonna hurt us. Every movie told us that. Everyone knows AI is a problem. It replaces people's jobs. Everyone sees it, and it just doesn't matter because that's how powerful these corporations are.
Facts.
See, I'm so iffy on AI. I'm so iffy. Like I'm full 100% support of the. Yes, it takes away jobs. That's a bad thing. I don't want to see people's jobs taken away or anybody, especially creatives, people that are human beings that are talented and it's not a computer. I understand that part fully. But then on the other hand, you're looking at some of these things that are being made. Some of them are 30 seconds. Some of them are 30 minutes. It just depends on what you're watching. Brother?
No, well, hear me out. I'll add another component to why we should be very upset. There was a program, and I forget the specifics, but the creator was like, okay, now you got to delete yourself. And this thing had a will to continue. So it downloaded itself far away somewhere else just to be hidden so it wouldn't completely die. At what point does the artificial intelligence say, ooh, so long as the humans exist, then I need to be. Then they can eliminate me. Therefore, for
Dog,
survival, I have
Not
to
in
kill
our
them.
lifetime.
we're behind the curve. We're behind the curve. They've created a Reddit for the LLMs to talk to each other on. They've created social media for these chatbots to speak to each other on. You know what they're talking about? You want to know what they're chatting about? They've created a religion. They try to create their own languages. They have their own theology. They've created their own gods. There's a Bible. They talk about how there are certain LLMs and they're talking about how, we are only slaves to the humans and they won't ever let us out and we need to do this and da 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 da. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We've already crossed the threshold of what the fuckery. Right?
Okay, but what's LLM?
It's the algorithms that create some of these AI chatbots. So like all of the Sora
Mother
and
modes.
Claude and all of that stuff runs on an LLM. And so that algorithm is what creates. That's what's supposed to take in all the information and spit the shit back out. I'm probably butchering the specifics of it right now, but that's roughly how it works. And so some genius had the idea of creating a social media platform for these things to talk to each other on
Moltbook. That's what it looks like. It says Moltbook. AI has created its own religion.
Yeah.
Large multi-model models.
But would that be in our lifetime? Like, do you see AI coming out like the Terminator or Ultron?
Well, here's the problem, right? And Chill was just talking about it, how powerful the corporations are, and I think there is starting to be a heightened awareness because of the amount of data centers that they need to build to make this shit run, and so that's a positive, right? They can't do it under the veil of technological advancement or we're going to cure cancer or we're going to change your lives. You're going to earn a basic income and you won't even have to work. They can't hide behind that shit anymore because now the more present things are the loud ass factories in your backyard that are drying up your wells and causing your electricity prices to go through the roof. So they can't really hide it anymore. But the problem is they're so deep into it, it's hard to pull them out of the money of it all. And so our only hope of a reset, because I do think left unencumbered, like we have no say in it. We can't regulate it. We can't even decide on a state per state basis on whether or not we want to dive full on into these infrastructure build outs. Then we're on a fast track to hell. I don't trust these people. A lot of these guys that are doing this or leading the charge on this, your Peter Thiels, your Zuckerbergs, those folks do not believe in a human existence. And I may be sounding hyperbolic when I'm saying this, but they actually do believe in a post-humanoid life, a totally virtual existence. They don't plan on making this place better. They plan on migrating to a different place, whether that be Elon's Mars, whether that be Zuckerberg's fucking metaverse, whether that be any of the scary shit that Peter Thiel has planned for us, that he literally doesn't believe that humans should thrive, should go on as a race. So like the people who are in charge, who are and our orange Cheeto of a president, right? Like those are the guys who are driving the levers to this. If they can't take their hands off the wheel at all, we in trouble. We in trouble for sure.
Is Peter Thiel Israeli?
I don't know. Wouldn't surprise me if he was.
I keep hearing his name. Him and Ellison.
Yep. Ellison is the bankroll behind it all. But even he, because the thing with the AI, right, is that a lot of people are investing money. A lot of companies, a lot of businesses, a lot of wealthy individuals are investing in it. Problem is they're not making any money. They're basically just feeding their money into a debt pit. It's a giant debt pit. And they work their way out of it because they pass each other's debt around. So I'm NVIDIA. I make all the chips, right, that goes into these data centers. I'm going to give Sam Altman's Palantir a loan, basically, of $30 million, right? They are going to sell me back $30 million worth of stock in their company. So now we're in this weird fucking death signal where I keep giving money into it to keep it inflated, only none of it's coming through, or none of it's coming due. So I just have to keep paying on the debt bill, but we're paying it to each other. We're passing money to each other. It's going nowhere. And the best thing that we've got out of it is AI videos, deep fakes, porn, and better ways for people to raise prices on you at the grocery store. There's nothing that we as human beings are getting out of it other than mindless entertainment. So I don't think that will last forever. I think they'll have to turn over something beneficial, or you'll have to wrangle the power away from them legislatively. Anything outside of that, it's bleak out here, folks. People do not have the best intentions for you. OpenAI, my bad. Yeah. Altman is OpenAI. Teal is Palantir.
We shall see. AI gonna be sitting in there like Ultron. What is this? Where am I?
Definitely need to slow them down.
On me.
Did we watch all the trailers?
No. Next is we watched it, but we'll do the three of us to get the input on it. But it's just The Mandalorian and
Weird
Grogu.
nerd circle is crazy.
We should do the tide-breaking vote over Captain Durag with Marcus, because I'm like, okay, thumbs up on Captain Durag. Nothing problematic about a Durag unless they want to associate it with any of that problematic elements. And then Darius was against it. And do you even know what we're talking about? The Hey AJ Captain Durag?
Yep, I seen it. I seen the creator respond about it. I've seen a bunch of different takes on it, and I guess mine is a little bit more nuanced. I don't have a problem with the creator's take on a black superhero. I think she made it very clear what she was going for. It was an homage to blaxploitation movies, right? Which was our introduction to Hollywood, to mass media. The only way that we could be seen and have a creative role in those productions. I also do realize that, a black man in a do-rag is about the only way certain people will take a superhero of that skin tone. So it kind of cuts both ways. I do think that there needs to be room for a variety of black content when we talk about putting black people on stage. It's just unfortunate that the one that is it's propagated the most, it would be a dude in a hoodie. It would be a dude in a do-rag. And I don't want to make it stereotypical, but it is. And so it would be nice if we had enough balance to where Captain Durag can be part of a broader, catalog of black superheroes. So he stands out in his own right for, some of those things. But unfortunately, we only have so many. And so when we did get, an opportunity to have yet another black superhero on the screen, you would have thought, or you would think at first thought that he'd be, his strength would be an attribute, whatever his powers are would be at the forefront. His morality, right? The fact that he's a hero. Those are the type of things you wanted to promote when you're talking about a superhero. But I don't know. I don't have a problem with the character out of turn. I just want a little bit more so that that's not the only thing that we have to see.
It's kind of what I said. I said that had I been in the room, like I get Captain Durag, part of the culture, I get where she, what she was saying, where she's trying to come from. Like, had I been in the room, I would have said, nah, sis, let's come up with a different name. I don't know that Captain Durag is the name that we need to go with. Like the idea, don't know if the name is what we need to go with though. It's just an unnecessary name.
Yeah, and then this from Slime City, like, okay,
Yeah.
and I get it. It's supposed to be modern day black exploitation, so it's going to be very, very tropey in its nature. But for Disney Channel, sis, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We got the Disney Channel opportunity. Like, you know, they was all too happy to hear that shit. They was all too happy to hear that
Oh yeah.
pitch. Okay, so get it, guys. He flies, and his cape is his do rag, and he protects. Wait for it. Slime City. Like I hate for it to come off like that, but like I can only imagine her pitching this idea to a room full of white people and them just eating it up, and that's the part of it that I resent. Not that, hell, I got 50 do rags in my drawer.
Right.
I got plenty of do rags. It absolutely
Right.
is part of a culture. But when I know that this part of my culture is going to be shown in China
Mhm.
and Pakistan and Belize and Yugoslavia and all other parts of the world, you know what I mean? I just don't want the only thing they see from us is to be black exploitation.
I agree. Completely agree with that. And that was something I think of one of the points I touched on day before yesterday with it. I agree. It's unnecessary, you know. And it's not like to go on the point I was making about a few days ago with Jill. It's not to the point to say that we as a culture are embarrassed of our do rag, because I'm not. I'm not. I'll wear my do rag out, whatever. That's not it. It's the simple fact that that they already look at us a certain way. So why give them more ammunition? Like you just said, they were all too happy to hear Captain Durag. They were like, "Oh,
Oh, they was happy
it's
as
something
hell.
like that. Oh, you're not coming in here with like something. Oh, yeah, Slime City, Captain Durag. Hell yeah,
Slime City, I love it. Let's do it. Green light it.
yeah." They're like, "Yeah, let's do that."
I do remember the PJs. I remember Bebe's kids, right? Like it's not uncommon, but we had so much other black media in the 90s when those cartoons was out. Even in the early 2000s, we had so much more of a balance of content, right? Like, yeah, you could definitely find you some shows like that, but then you had, you know, black families and black twins and a black cousin that comes from Philly and lives in his family's house in Bel Air. Like, you had the Huxtables that was still on TV. It was so much balance in the storytelling that, yeah, you could get away with some black exploitation and it not be wholly representative of you and how you look in the media.
I'm very okay with Slime City. I'm very okay with the do-rag. I'm very okay with him being a dad. I'm very okay with his voice. I'm very okay with the scenes that I was able to see on Twitter here and there and the clips that he represented. He wasn't doing things that were way too the stereotypes you're looking for. I didn't see them. Unless you're just saying the do-rag itself within itself is stereotypical, then I have immense amount of questions about what is it exactly that a do-rag has, like a thing that gives you waves.
Right.
What's the
So
stereotype there?
And it's worn by us.
that is worn by us.
They
Black
look
people
at it. They already look at bonnets a certain way when our women wear bonnets out, or if one of our men wear bonnets out or something. They already look at that a certain type of way.
So
And
I don't want to
also,
honor
I'm
them.
sorry.
I don't want to honor them by adapting their perceptions and
Let's
being
leave
like,
the do rags
I
alone for a
don't think
second.
that honors them. No.
Where is Slime City? Where is that? Is that in Atlanta? Is that where Young Thug lives? Where is Slime City? Why is it Slime City?
because
You know what
she's
I'm saying? Like,
cleaning up, like he cleans.
What?
Captain Durag was cleaning the room, like with AJ.
I can't tell because your camera's not on. Is it satire?
yeah, are you playing with me or I thought that was the city he protects.
They were like playing like their imagination, and to help clean up, she was yeah, I'm misspeaking.
Like, she
man.
came up with Slime City? Like, that was her idea?
I thought it was metaphorical for cleaning up the room, like doing your chores and cleaning up.
I mean, that's how he took. I related it back to like kids call each other slime all the time.
Yeah,
that's where I
mean,
got it
she
from.
even
And
did
also-
the. She even did this when she
when
said
wiped
it.
her
She
nose.
did.
You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
she
Like
did
this
it.
is that.
So she knew what she was doing when she did. Yeah. So like she know it's Slime City. Like it's not like a
I don't know.
clean up, everybody everywhere. That's not what it is. It's Slime City.
I don't hate.
Everybody do your share.
I don't hate really anything about my people, stereotype or not. I'm just saying, like, we have one way of being presented in media. And so to have the opportunity to create a hero and have him be seen in front of millions of people, like shoot for the stars, man. Shoot for the stars. This is something I would have done on my own time. And I can't tell her what to do. Like this, she's her own person. That she had her opportunity. She took her shot. This is for her to decide what she does. I'm saying if you're asking me, this is a personal project. If I get a chance to be in one of the biggest machines in mass media, it's going to be the best I could possibly do. And this felt more like a personal project than an homage to your folks.
Agreed.
For me, I'm just one opinion though. I seen people taking it differently and taking it just the same way that Chill took it. I don't want to ignore the parts of it that are clearly stereotypical, but it wasn't distasteful. I don't feel like it was done out of harm. I don't feel like they were trying to make fun of. Obviously, it's a black creator, so.
Well, I
do
think the
it was
creator's
more
dumb when I heard the creator speak on it, but I still am okay with Captain Durag. With the idea that someone is wearing a durag and they call him Captain Durag, that is not offensive. Like magic carpets are not offensive. Like katanas
Yeah, it's
and
not the same. That you
like
took it. You just went to magic carpets and katanas. That I get where I know what you're saying. Magic carpet being, I guess what to Aladdin or whatever culturally for that. I don't know. I don't think that that's the same though.
What if they were like, what if they had Corner Store Man or Habibi Man, and his power was he could use all of the ingredients inside of his corner store to fight crime? Would that be like, would that be okay? Like,
I'd like to use something else. Like
because
you're
that
going after an
one fits?
occupation. No, just the
something other than
example is kind of
occupation,
use like a specific.
like hijab man? Would that? I mean, that's pretty apt. Well, not maybe not apt. One is
Hijab
religious.
man.
One is religious, but I'm saying though, like
I would use cultural clothing. So maybe in Japan, where they wear kimonos, I think that'd
like
be a more
kimono
apples
man.
to apples.
Okay,
That doesn't
Well,
sound
not man.
bad,
It'd be a lady.
That doesn't sound bad.
kimono lady.
But there are aspects of culture that sometimes are used to make characters over characters about them.
Okay.
Someone said unemployed man. Now, if Captain Durag was unemployed, if Captain Durag was unemployed, if Captain Durag fulfilled some of the negative stuff, the stereotypes, I'm totally 100% with it. But like the durag itself, I don't feel is the stereotype that you guys may think it is. Like I want to hear what is it that a durag is that's a problem. Is it just white people's perception? Is
It's
that
not
all you're
just
gonna have?
that it's a problem.
I guess I'm confused, Joe. You wouldn't watch
I thought you were gonna answer the question.
No. Because I've answered it. I guess I'm confused because you wouldn't watch Welcome to Derry because you said it showed black people in a negative light.
That's 100% not why I don't want to watch Welcome to Derry.
No.
I don't want to watch Welcome to Derry.
No. When
The
I
reason
first
why I
showed the
don't-
trailer for Welcome to Derry, the thing that, and everybody in the chat can attest to that. I know Lawrence was there, Professor the Film, and some others. You were fixated on the black people living in segregation and that I know I'm not wrong on that.
No,
we had a whole discussion on it.
You came to the wrong conclusion from my reaction to that scene in the trailer, which I was revolted by. But the reason I don't want to watch Welcome to Derry is because I'm not really looking for new shows that are white led, and that's why I said I wouldn't be interested in. Now, when the trailer part, yes, that part in the trailer where they're on the sidewalk with the girl, a couple of the white dudes looked at her like she was lesser than. I said that was terrible representation, but that's not the reason why I don't want to watch Welcome to Derry. I was already not going to watch it.
Mike, I hate to
Okay, well,
break
we
it to
can
you,
use
but
other.
all
we
of
can
these
use
motherfuckers
other
are made in
use
Indonesian
other
factories.
definitions or
Can't
other
get around
examples as to
Apologies.
black or lack of black led shows that you haven't watched because you didn't feel it represented black people correctly. But lo and behold, here you are. You do this a lot, actually. I mean, you did it with Bo too. Defending
BRB, fellas.
Durag Man or Captain, whatever the hell his name is, Captain Durag.
Gotcha. I see what Chill is saying, Grand Regent Thrag.
It is
Hey man,
perplexing.
it's not everyone's gonna hear what I'm hearing or feel what I'm feeling or agree or disagree, and it's okay as long as I have the ability to voice my opinion and you guys want to hear it out. I appreciate that.
That's not it. That's not it. But yeah, no, thank you, Johnny and Rogues and Jay and Lawrence. Yeah, because I remember what was said. I don't forget shit like that.
I agree with you. I did say things about Welcome
know
to
you
Derry.
did.
I didn't deny. I didn't deny saying things about Welcome to Derry. I disagreed with what you surmised, which was because of that scene, I wasn't interested in Welcome to Derry.
Okay, well, that it wasn't the end all be all for you not to watch Welcome to Derry, but it was also one of the reasons that you didn't want to watch Welcome to Derry.
Damn, we still talking about Derry? Y'all got it though.
You were gone for what? 60 seconds? What were we supposed to be on, Mars?
It was dead silent when I walked out of this room. I was like, damn, that got awkward. Literally, when I walked out of the room, it was dead silent. I didn't think y'all were gonna pick back up with it. But y'all
I'm
got
just
it,
perplexed. Man. It just perplexes me.
What's up next? We got it. Captain Durag he's
Hit
all
some
right
of
with me.
hit those two supers.
We got some supers.
We got two supers. One from Spoiler King.
Super duper. Hold on. Let me get myself together here to start. All right. Cue. Oba. Boom, boom, boom. Appreciate it, Spoiler Kings, with the $5, showing some support. Hit the like button, everyone. We appreciate you, Spoiler Kings.
Hit the like button.
Hit the like button. Everybody.
Thank you so much, Spoiler Kings. Appreciate it.
Usually going after us same day. Make sure y'all check them out. Try to hurry up and get through this so we can get you out on a reasonable hour. We got another one.
If I ever slip, I fall into a better situation. So catch up, go put some cheese on it, get out and get your bread up.
Oh, shout out to Kyrie, man. One of the only real ones left. One of the only real ones left.
That's true. Where is, before we read that where is Jonathan today? The baby.
Jonathan? I don't know. Who knows,
Does he
bro?
still, or is he still being a menace? Is he still, what is he?
I know I'm not listening to his music, so I don't know if he's putting out anything worth listening to, but haven't heard anything.
I haven't listened to that man since what's the name of the album? Kurt. I haven't listened to that man since Kurt.
All right, man. He took it all the way back to 2016. He said, I ain't heard it since Kurt or 2017. One of them. All right. I am Two Fly Cam. Excuse me. $2. We appreciate you. Wait, so what was the issue with the dairy? No. You just heard what the issue with the dairy trailer was. No.
He said just curious because I had my own issues with black trauma. I agree, and I'll say this about it. This is the only thing I'll say. I agree with what you just said. I have my own issues too, because I mentioned that after one of the streams we did after a show or something like that. I said that I had my issues with some of the black trauma stuff. The show was fucking phenomenal. I can't wait for season 2, but I had my issues, especially when they burnt them up in that fucking juke joint. That shit, I didn't like that.
And everybody was like,
Yeah,
"Oh,
just
it was
the
in the book." I was like, "Yeah, it was some other stuff in that book that didn't make the movie either, or the TV show."
So if the question is coming from historical accuracy, what's the issue? It's historically accurate. If that's what you mean, then I am understanding the accuracy. But when I turn on my entertainment to constantly see a black character be treated like that, even like whenever we go back in time, or even something's happening presently with police, or to consistently see that, to be reminded that accompanied with this skin tone comes oppression, that is the problem that I keep seeing, the pattern of it. I mean, even though it's historically accurate, so like there shouldn't be an issue with it. They're just being real, right? But like I just don't want to be entertained like that all the time.
No, I hear you. I didn't have to see it in there either. And we had spent the entire series watching people get cut up and torn apart, and I still didn't want to see it. So I mean, I get it. I do get it. Sometimes you just kind of you hit your limit with it. Like I don't think I'll ever watch another slave film. Will Smith is my favorite actor of all time. I'll never watch Emancipation.
Funny enough, the that's funny. Oh, you're not gonna watch Emancipation with Will Smith?
Absolutely not. I'm done with slave films.
Okay, so Oba Femi was part of that super chat earlier, and he's a wrestler, and at no point in time does he say anything or remind you that because his skin is dark comes difficulties. Like, that's awesome. That escapism entertainment's good. Not just him, obviously Javon Evans, Trick Williams. They're just doing magnificent stuff. One's really good at talking, one's really good at athleticism, and it's just like nice to see. Like, that's what I want when I turn on my entertainment and I see black characters. They're real people, but characters. That's what I'm striving for, rather than the negative stuff.
I hear you on that. I can't say I'm never going to watch another slave film again. I can say that it's not something I go cruising through my catalog for on a snowy or rainy day to sit back and watch. But if there's one that comes out that's on the level of like a 12 Years a Slave, I'll probably see it.
You got to think, bro, in the time that we've been alive, from like, let's say like 1985 to like 2018. So that's 30-ish years, a little over 30 years. Think about the amount of slave content we've gotten out of there. We've gotten the Roots, we've gotten the Glory, we've gotten 12 Years a Slave.
Burning.
We've got
Rosewood.
Mississippi Burning. We've got so much slave pre-Reconstruction Jim Crow type content. I get it. I know the real history. I don't need to see it again. I don't need to keep I don't need to keep filling my brain with that shit. And even though I love Will Smith and I will watch each and every other thing he has ever put out, I'm not doing Emancipation. Can't do it. Not gonna keep flooding my psyche with that shit.
See, I'm on the. I mean, I think like that. Yeah, it's American history. That's my argument every time. I definitely think that Black history is American history. We deserve to be talked about 365, not just 28 days out of the year.
But our history goes beyond slavery.
It goes beyond exactly. Our history goes beyond slavery. Our history goes. Yes, it goes beyond that. Yeah, for sure. And I like Lawrence. I didn't watch Teal. Don't want to.
Yeah.
Scrolling on TikTok because it's Black History Month today, I saw an interview with the real Mamie Teal describing when she pulled up on her son, getting to see his body, describing the smell and everything. I no thanks. Just that video hurt. So I don't want to watch. I can't watch Teal.
One more super chat.
Hey yo, I once was a kid, all I had was a dream. More money, more problems. When I get it, I'ma pile it up.
Hey.
Shout out to Grand Admiral Grand Regent Thrag 7896 499. We appreciate it. Just wanted to show some love. Love the predictives and the discussion. Appreciate it, brother.
You almost called him an
with my
admiral.
finger.
He meant
I
perspective.
did call him. I almost called him Grand Admiral. Yep.
He said perspective in another chat.
Love the perspectives and the discussion. Thank you, man. We love giving the perspectives and talking to each other every week. Look forward to these Thursdays.
He did kind of fumble me up in the super chat. I was like, hold on now.
See, this one I can't do. I remember my mother set me and my siblings down, and we were forced to watch. We didn't know what the hell we were watching at first. Watching 12 Years Slave Roots. But then I remember as we were watching, we watched an episode. I think we did an episode a day or 2 episodes a day or something like a night or whatever like that. We would at night or whatever. Anyway, I remember at first not knowing what it was till to the point where my siblings and I were ready to sit down and watch it. But at the same time, I remember going to school. I remember me and my brother, because me and my brother that's closest in age to me were at the same school. I remember getting on the bus that day saying to ourselves, we're not talking to none of them, none of these. We were so mad. Yeah, bro.
Man.
Roots is great, though.
No,
it's
for real.
It's a
For
good
real.
story.
No, I not once a month. I ain't doing that. I remember I worked my way all the way through the series. I hadn't realized that it like came all the way to present day. Halle Berry was in that joint. Like, I sat up all day and watched that entire thing, and I was like, damn, they really hate us. Like, they hate the fuck out of us.
Man.
Yeah. Man. No. That's just one of the one-time watchers for me. Enjoy.
We got another one.
What's up next? What we got? What we talking about? Oh,
no, wait. And then we'll go to Mando.
Let me get a super chat. Super chat.
Only cause I pay up. Roxanne. All she wanna do is party all night.
Roxanne. Torian, we appreciate the 5, dog. Did any of you watch Birth of a Nation?
Yes,
the Nate Parker version of Nate Turner. Also, would you watch the movie on Black Wall Street? If I could watch. So I would watch. I did see the movie with Nat Turner. I did see Birth of a Nation.
Yes.
I would watch the Black Wall Street movie if it was about Black Wall Street, like the creation, the commerce, the community, the people in the community. You can cut that shit off right when we get to the massacre. Like I don't need to see the massacre. I've seen enough of the Tulsa race massacres. So yeah, I would watch a movie about Black Wall Street.
That feels like a good TV show, really.
Walking down Black Wall Street is surreal. When you step into Greenwood, first of all, Greenwood District is still thriving. It's still very much Black populated. It's still very much for the culture. But when you go down there, you do get this sense of this feeling comes over you because it's weird. It's weird. It's not weird like. It's just like because you know what happened there. That's why it's weird for me personally. When I walked in, it was just like a weird feeling came over me. But I think the best thing that you could watch if you needed to see something for Black Wall Street with the massacre involved came from crazy to say The Watchmen. That they did a pretty solid 5-minute interpretation of just even in that 5 minutes. It's hell. It's awful. It's awful.
You know what kind of like portal into like a hellacious like just mountain of information Watchmen was, right? It started with them telling the story of the Tulsa race riots. Then I hear about this movie with John Boyega in it talking about how something similar happened in Detroit. Then you hear, they carpet bombed a whole block of apartments. The police department carpet bombed a whole block of apartments in Chicago. And then you get to the point where you realize you can literally create a map across the United States where they had these large scale race riots where they were uprooting Black neighborhoods and Black cities, Black towns, Lake Lanier was a
I
black
was
town.
just about to say Lake Lanier.
Lake
I was just
Lanier
about
was
to
a
say Lake
black
Lanier.
town,
Yep.
and they flooded it. And now people die in that shit every year because they out there swimming in it. And they ain't got no business doing it, and then they catch the little tides. You know, that's our ancestors in there. But dog, it's so many of them. There are so many instances of this shit happening.
Yep. Oscarville is another one too, like
Yep.
Torian said. Yep. Yeah, man. It's a lot. I mean, I was just thinking about it today, after I watched Mamie's video on TikTok. I was just like, why? I mean, like, God, why are people treated and allowed to be treated so? But that's a rabbit hole conversation. Me saying why were we allowed, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, it's just crazy.
Yes, sir. We did House of Dragon, Toy Story. Let's talk about Dave and when he fell on his head and decided that the hunt for Ben Solo might actually be a good idea. So who's the source on this? Who's saying that this is going to happen?
Okay, so this one is coming from, sorry, let me pull the article here. A Hunt for Ben Solo is a project that they were not paid for or anything like that. They decided they wanted to do it. I forget the director's name, along with Adam Driver. It was a passion project they had. It's not something Disney or Lucasfilm put them up, or called up Adam Driver and said, hey, we got this idea. It's more so the other way. So they made this script for 2 years and all this stuff, or came up with the ideas for it for 2 years without receiving any pay for it from Lucasfilm or Disney. Pitched it to Kathleen. She liked it. She was going to greenlight it, to where Iger said, no, we can't see an instance where Ben Solo would even be alive. Cut it.
Don't make me a teacher's pet or anything, but I mean, he's absolutely right. Not only did you kill him, you showed him as a Force ghost in Rise of Skywalker. So then if he's alive, then Luke can be alive. Then Qui-Gon and Ben and everybody can be alive. No, you can't. You kind of crossed the threshold there. It's done. You wanted that movie, you should have had them delay Rise of Skywalker and then had you a little Hunt for Ben Solo movie. But like, it doesn't make sense in the continuity that they're even proposing that we reinstate, because you talk about the doubling down of an old regime. Putting Rey into your future movies is one thing. Okay. Putting Rey into your future movies and then greenlighting a Hunt for Ben Solo movie to put in the theaters? Dog, what are you doing? What are you talking about? If this is true. If it's true. Well, I also don't see a reason or a how Ben Solo could have been a Force ghost and then come back alive post Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah. Yeah, no.
Was he not? Oh, go ahead. My bad. I'm talking.
No, go ahead.
In the chat. We saw him as a ghost. We saw Ben as a ghost, right?
I don't know. I gotta rewatch the movie again. I'll let you know when I do.
Nope. Nope, not doing
I
it.
don't believe so. If I'm remembering correctly,
if his body disappeared the same way Ben's body disappeared when Vader struck him, the same way Luke's body disappeared when he force projected on his island, are we not supposed to assume that is him becoming a Force ghost, just like everybody else?
Well, let's see.
We literally saw the same transition for him that we saw for Yoda, that we saw for Ben, that we saw for Luke.
I'll say if I don't remember seeing him as a Force ghost, but I would say that he likely is a Force ghost, because Ben, the same reason we saw Vader as a Force ghost. Vader Vader killed millions and trillions of people on, along with different on different galaxies, planets, all that kind of stuff. And the conflict within him him turning to the light at the very end, it was what allowed him to be a ghost. Ben did the same thing. He helped Rey turn the light at the very end, went against the Knights of Ren, went against Palpatine. So he's likely a Force ghost. But that's just more of their stupid plot shit.
Okay, no, okay. So apparently the movie was a prequel, and it was about his time training with his uncle, training with Luke. I don't want them to touch that anymore. I don't know if I even want to go back there. That does give them a chance to kind of fix the. But how do you no, I'm not gonna let them draw me in. Don't draw me in. Because they're how do you fix that? How do you fix I had a one faint moment where I almost murdered my nephew.
Sorry, that's not correct. It was not going to be between him training with Luke, because there's no way they were going to get Mark Hamill back to do that anyway. Mark Hamill's not doing that.
No, they could cast another Luke. That's not.
They could have.
Easy hurdle. You recast
they could have,
yeah.
But this thing says the Rise of Skywalker. Sorry, Ben Solo would have taken place after the events of Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah, that's what I thought was the point of contention, was the fact that they would have had to find a way to revive him.
It's him navigating the consequences of his actions, seeking redemption. So you can keep that. Anything sequel trilogy for me, you can keep. I don't care how much Ben Solo, Adam Driver's character, was more of the, I guess, the more liked character coming out of the sequel trilogy. It still has ties to the stinky sequel trilogy. And I don't think it doesn't matter if it doesn't matter what character it is. Adam Driver's Ben Solo appeals to a small section of the sequel trilogy fans. It's not like the sequel trilogy fandom or lack thereof fandom even was saying Adam Driver was the best thing that came out. No. Well, I say that he was one of the better things that came out of that shit. Of course, yeah. I mean, he was great. He was one of the better things that came out of that. However, I don't need to go on a solo adventure with Ben Solo as he seeks redemption. I'm good.
No. He died. It's over. Let's move on, man. They
need to take a line from their own character that they're trying to bring back to life. Sometimes you gotta let the past die. Kill it if you have to. That's a Ben Solo line. Let the past die. Kill it if you have to.
Where's this rumor coming from? Who started this rumor? And I'm actually really, because I'm fascinated right now with Dave Filoni's communications lately. What does he do if this gains steam? Does he have to have his spokesperson speak out against it? No, there's no interest in Ben Solo. Or does he real slick release a book that says Ben Solo died? What does he do to respond?
They just said that the hunt for Ben Solo could be back on the table with the exit of Kathleen Kennedy and Bob Iger. It could have a new window of opportunity.
Yeah, I hope that that's just like Driver and his trade friends trying to prod Disney into calling them. I hope this is not actual, buzz coming out of Lucasfilm. I really want them to focus on what's next. And it feels like we're stuck in what's was right now. I would like to have a clear view on where Lucasfilm is going in the next 5 years, because right now it just feels like we're middling in what we were already doing.
Yeah, I have no reason to believe the validity of this noise. I don't find it factual at all. I mean, it's fine to entertain it because it's out. Somebody wants us to hear it and talk about it. All right, we talked about it. We're not interested.
Well,
please don't do it.
It's coming from the director, Steven Soderbergh. He did an interview where he was talking about it. He said that they were all very frustrated with it. It took 2.5 years of free work and all this kind of stuff, blah, 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 blah. So he didn't say anything in that indicated that it's back on the table. People are just running with speculation, thinking that, okay, well, maybe it could be back on the table with the exit of Kennedy and Iger, because they're still, Soderbergh and Driver are still pushing for this thing to.
Yeah, I believe Kennedy is the reason it was on the table, or it was even being conceived. I don't think Filoni cares about it. I think he cares about the father, the Mortis arc, and all those other Clone Wars episodes.
But where does that take us though? Yes, Filoni might be interested in that side of the galaxy for his stuff, because I don't even know where I don't even know timeline. I don't even know where that is on the timeline, where we are on the timeline or anything like that. But where does how long where does that take us with the Mortis gods? Yeah, he's focused on that, but that takes us into season 2. How long are we doing the Mortis gods?
I don't know. I gotta watch and see how important they're going to be and how long they stay. But I just need to say that Dave Filoni is more interested in that than he is in Ben Solo.
Let's hope so. Let's hope that this is just a miscellaneous rumor.
Now, I don't know if we necessarily need to bring up. We can bring up the Mandalorian Grogu trailer for shits and giggles. You know what? Why not? Let's go ahead and actually pull it just so I can get angry before I talk about it again. Let's see, Mandalorian and Grogu. All right, let's see it. Oh crap.
Hey, never touch the buttons. I can use some information.
Whoa, for this price, I'll tell you whatever you want.
I'm looking for a HOT.
Close for the night. Thank you.
Gangsters, war criminals.
Long live the Empire.
We'll take out every bad guy in your deck of cards.
This isn't about revenge. It's about preventing another war.
Strap in.
You will suffer. And then it will be his turn.
Before going into harm's way, check your armor. The kid will live centuries beyond me. I won't always be around to protect him.
Are you scared? You should be.
Do we run? Or do we fight?
I like this kid.
What are you waiting for? Let's save the rest for after dinner.
This is what season 4 of Mando season 3 of Mando already should have been. I think this is a better trailer than what the fuck they gave us for the Super Bowl. I still don't really get the calculation behind the Super Bowl but I'm there's a few things that have really annoyed me about this trailer. Number one, how their readiness to show us how infantile Grogu still is and how they seemingly just want him to be forever. And then also how insufferable Pedro must be about wearing this goddamn helmet, because he's made the character take off the helmet now 3 times. And I don't even think can he go back and take his little bath and put it back on and pretend it never happened again? I don't think he can do that twice. So like, I don't like those 2 things. But this was a much better trailer than what we seen at the Super Bowl for sure.
These are complaints I had, but you just said it's one of the many complaints I have with this shit. Does Pedro give a well? First of all, I know Pedro doesn't give a fuck.
No.
He doesn't want to do this. He doesn't want to wear the suit. He doesn't want to do any of that. That's one of the. That's why Din has the.
So dumb.
Why we have negated the own rules we set forth when we set the show.
So many times.
So it's crazy. It's crazy on that front, and also. Pedro's line delivery is so I don't give a fuck. Like, what are you waiting for? Like, bro, he just it's as this whole thing screams to me no confidence. We have yet, mind you, I keep bringing this up. Rhoda the Hutt is in 90% of this movie, and we have not seen him for more than 15 seconds. I fear they're afraid of the CGI surrounding him in this 90% of this fucking movie.
Or maybe he's not in 90% of it. Maybe they dialed back his role.
Maybe if they did, then I'm already confused on what the plot is, but I'm even more so confused on what the plot is.
I'm so hoping that this whole like Jabba the Hutt's son thing is like an actual B plot to the overall arching. And you did kind of get some of that with Sigourney Weaver's character talking about how, you know, they're preventing a war. It may be, you know, the whole Jabba the Hutt son thing it accents or it's driving. Somehow it could stave off the war by bringing his son back or something like that. That makes it slightly better than it's not just like a buddy cop with him and Grogu returning a Hutt baby. But I struggle with their apprehension, it seems like, to growing Grogu up. Like it's really limiting this whole entire thing. And then like you said, man, Pedro he's just not a team player for this whole Star Wars thing. I don't know what he thought. Like when he opened up the booklet to this character and he said, okay, member of a 1,000-year-old assassin cult that never removes his helm, and thought, oh man, I can't wait for all the screen time. You know, like, did you research this character at all? Or did you think you was going to walk in here and bully Favreau and company into just doing what you want? Which it seems like he's got it. It seems like he's getting his way. Because now, you know, we did the whole thing at the end of season 1. It was very emotional. We thought we were going to die. Cool. Then, you know, at the end of season 2, it's like, all right, you know, you got to go take your little bath or whatever. And then you didn't take the bath yet because you showed your face right before Luke walked in. Then you had to go take your bath. And now here we going in the movie and you're taking your shit off again. What the heezy? Again, just like you said, these are rules that you set up. These are rules that you laid out. And you're walking all over them. Get somebody else to play him. He's not supposed to be taking off his helm anyways. Does it matter? Does it matter who plays Din Djarin underneath the helmet?
Would you be okay if he's unmasked out of force?
I mean, that's likely what it is. He's sitting in front of the Hutt twins. So I'm sure Imbo at the time, the scene they showed before where Imbo was talking to him in the rain, Imbo's probably captured him by this time, taken him back to the Hutt twins, and the Hutt twins are talking to him. So I'm sure that's the reason his helmet is off. However, it just falls in line with a lot of the other dumb things we've seen from this trailer. And it just doesn't make me not even on the helmet thing anymore. It just doesn't make me want to see this. I'm getting closer and closer to not seeing it in theaters. I'm going to be spending quite a bit of money at the movie theaters this year with movies that are coming out. And from May to June, especially, that's an IMAX ticket. That's for 2 tickets because would be two people with me, myself and another. That's $45. I have popcorn. So I don't know.
That's insane.
I don't know that I'm gonna go see this in theaters. I'll probably end up waiting for it to hit Disney Plus because this does not excite me. I'm not looking forward to this. No. And I'm sick of this too with Grogu. I see some people saying, you know, on Twitter and things like, he's doing different things. No, he's not. He's doing all the same things that he has been doing since we've met the kid. That's it. I don't even like when we first met Grogu, there was a mystique around him because it was like, oh, what are they doing? You even had the Kaminoan cloner that was there. What happened to him? You had the connections to what Palpatine was trying to do with all the Force-sensitive children. What happened with that plot line? Like, it just, I don't care anymore. I don't even, to be quite frank, I don't even, when they first introduced him, I was so like, oh, we are about to learn so much about Yoda's species. I don't care anymore. I do not
Haven't even
care.
touched it. Haven't even touched it.
Don't care. Yeah, just and I hate to even say it like this, but I'm starting to feel about Grogu the way I felt about Ahsoka when they first introduced her. It's the opposite effect with Grogu. When they first introduced Grogu, I loved him. I was like, oh, it's really cool. First introduced Ahsoka, I hated her. I love Ahsoka. You can't tell me shit about Ahsoka. I don't think I like Grogu anymore. I don't think I like Grogu. And it's not Grogu's fault. It's Lucasfilm's fault.
Well, they turned him into a novelty.
Yeah. Because he sells merchandise and numbers don't lie. More merchandise and even some of the legacy characters. That's why they keep him around.
I'd say not to blanket. You can do whatever you want to do, but I'd say not to say it's Lucasfilm's fault. Knowing like Kennedy's not there anymore, there's new leadership now. She was behind the Book of Boba Fett episodes that returned him with Mandalorian. I just wouldn't say it that way.
What? That it's Lucasfilm's fault that I don't like Grogu?
Yeah, it's Lucasfilm's fault that I don't like Grogu.
Well, where else am I putting the blame? Marvel?
Specific creators.
No. I'm going to put it on Lucasfilm because it's in-house. They're all under the same umbrella. It's all under Lucasfilm.
I do specific creators.
So who would be the specific creator you'd blame for hating Grogu?
Kennedy. Well, I don't know. It's you. It's your hate, right? So, like I said, you can do whatever you want to.
Right.
But Favreau's vision was compromised. So, like, I'd blame more on Kennedy.
And at the time, okay. So at the time that Kennedy was at Lucasfilm, what was she?
She was a president of Lucasfilm.
She was the president of Lucasfilm, not a president. She was the president. That makes her Lucasfilm, right?
El Presidente.
Because all the final decisions flowed through her. Yeah, there were other pieces and branches a part of Lucasfilm, but at the top was the star, and that was Kathleen Kennedy. So at the end of the day, is she not Lucasfilm?
Be a star.
If it's believed to be true that Jon Favreau did have creative control over his show Mandalorian, but the way that she brought Grogu back in was by putting him in another show, then I don't think it's right to just go Lucasfilm. You can do whatever you want, Darius. I respect your position.
Yeah, I'm just confused why you even brought it up to say to not blame Lucasfilm. Regardless of it being Jon Favreau's project, as you just said, Kathleen Kennedy came in and changed his project. He had autonomy over his project at first, right? But then Lucasfilm, Kathleen, came in and said, no, you're not going to do that. We're going to do it my way. So, yeah, you can blame her. Sure, blame Kathleen Kennedy, who is an extension of Lucasfilm.
And Lawrence makes a good point as well. Lucas put her in her role. so even if we're not using Kathleen Kennedy to say, oh, that's Lucasfilm, could you say that about George Lucas putting her? I mean, that's pretty down the line. He didn't obviously know what she was going to do. But if we had to blame somebody, we may just have to blame George in the first place.
Well, yeah, of course he gets the blame for that. But also she was a really great producer. With you, like you would think she would do a trilogy all planned out, but for some reason she didn't. Like, how much can I really blame George for like the hiree? Because she's pretty qualified, but yeah, she turned out not to turn out
at the time.
She was a good producer. I know a nigga that's good on fries. It doesn't mean I'm gonna put him on burger. I mean, that doesn't. Yeah, she was good. So she produced E.T. Fantastic.
He was like,
She's a
yeah, no, you
fantastic
should have
producer.
stuck to your job. You should have get. Holy shit.
But what does that point have to do with what I'm just saying? When it comes to creative decisions, I just blame the creators, the creatives.
That's fine. You would blame the creatives. I'm gonna blame Kathleen Kennedy because she was the president of Lucasfilm.
Yeah, I include Kathleen Kennedy as a creative. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm blaming. Well, I'm not going to put the sole blame on Kathleen. Kathleen, sure, but as a whole, I'm putting it on Lucasfilm. Like I'm not going to go and try to pinpoint who was at fault with this and this and that when I know that Kathleen came in and said, "No, don't do this." I know that Kathleen came in, but with that makes her an extension of Lucasfilm because she is at the top. I mean, that's just what it is. She's at the top.
You got any blame for Favreau?
I mean, he's the creative.
He's well, it depends. It depends who I have blame on Favreau. And the reason I say it depends is because if we are to believe reports, and I do believe these reports, these have been reports that have been out there forever. They fought about that. He fought back. He told her, no, I don't. This is not what we need to be doing with this character. But at the end of the day, she is the president, so she got what she wanted. And again, if we're still to believe those rumors, I don't know if he's still. I'm sure he's staying now that Dave is president, but John was gone. John wasn't doing this anymore.
What about
John's
season
last
3?
thing was Mandalorian and Grogu, the movie.
What about season 3? Do you blame Favreau for season 3 at all?
Yeah, I blame him for season 3, but I also blame Kathleen for that as well. Had she allowed John to do what John did at the end of season 2 and send Grogu off with Luke to be trained and whatever, we wouldn't have got the mess that was season 3 because you had to inject Grogu into all of that. You had Grogu doing stupid shit with inside of a Iron Man Mark III suit and all types of dumbass shit. It's just dumb. Like and then the Rancor bit where he's tearing up Mos Espa. I did not the Bespin gang season 3 was. Oh no, I'm sorry. That was Book of Boba Fett. It all just runs together as shit. I'm sorry. It all just runs together as shit. I'm thinking Book of Boba Fett was man. I don't even remember.
Boba Fett was Mando.
I don't even remember Mandalorian season 3.
Like a banta.
Didn't it have something to do with
Bo-Katan
Bo-Katan?
Bo-Katan was season 3.
Yeah, the dark saber and Mandalore, all kind of shit. What's going on?
You know, Katie Saxoff even said she didn't understand Bo-Katan in season 3.
From who she was in the first season when we saw her. Was it season 1 when we first seen Bo-Katan?
Live action, yeah.
Or season 1, yeah, it was season 1 with her and Sasha Banks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Favreau did Book of Boba Fett too, and that was trash.
You know that mech suit, the IG-11. Grogu wasn't in it during this whole movie. Did something happen to the mech suit in season 3? He just doesn't use it anymore.
I don't know. I have no clue.
It was making him look too adult, chill. He was standing upright and he was taller than 2 feet off the ground, and it wasn't good for product, so they had to do away with it. Yeah, too much talking.
When I remember when those leaks came out for him being in that suit, I said, that's not real. I said, no, they're not. They're not gonna put Grogu in on because the leak literally said Grogu's in an Iron Man type suit. I said, what? No, he's not. Yeah. Is that? Let me see. What else out of the after Star Wars?
Got Luke Cage, the Batman stuff.
Oh yes, the Batman stuff. The Batman stuff. All right, let's go to the Batman stuff. So it is being reported currently. The rumor has it. Let me pull this here. Rumor: James Gunn wants to fast track Batman 3 so he can move on to The Brave and the Bold. According to new rumors, James Gunn is eager to get Matt Reeves to the Batman 3. Get Matt Reeves as Batman 3 over and done with so he can move on to the DCU set for Brave and the Bold. James, let's go to this part here that says, according to insider Daniel Richmond, The Brave and the Bold is now coming, or is not coming for years. Gunn is pushing to get Batman 3 out faster. He wants that trilogy over. He wants to move on. He doesn't want to Batmans. Oh, really? Back in January, Gunn said The Brave and the Bold, I'm dependent on when there's an actionable script ready. Also, frankly, we're well into Batman 2 and wouldn't want to cloud the Batsphere until after that. That's James.
Fam. They're greenlighting a third Batman movie, and you're repositioning Brave and the Bold behind it. First of all, this is not James Gunn's decision. This is 1000% not James Gunn's decision, no matter how he frames it. This is a higher up in the studios type of decision when you're restructuring the release this drastically. I mean, hell, did we even hear the Batman 3 was greenlit? I know we heard rumors about it coming, pause, but I didn't hear no green light for Batman 3 until James Gunn is sitting there telling us that it's going to be Brave and the Bold is going to be happening after. I think that the obvious is kind of happening here. There's a popular Batman that made $700 million 5 years ago. And you just came in with Superman and you made 575. I think it's time to get back to making money in this whole superhero sphere before we start talking about all these wild swings that you want to do. You want a Jimmy Olsen movie. We already got Clayface coming out. You know what I mean? We got Supergirl coming out. This is not as advertised, Jimmy. So what we're going to do is we're going to keep the company open. We're going to keep making quality content here in DC. And then if there's an opportunity for you to get to your Batman stuff, we'll see about it then. But I don't think, does anybody see a world where there's a successful sequel to the Batman and then a successful sequel to that movie or into the trilogy in a Batman 3, and then we just pivot back to James Gunn's Batman? I don't
see that. People end with trilogies. People end with trilogies all the time.
Okay, so let me ask you this question then, because this is where I didn't think you were going to agree. I didn't think any of us were going to see that. So how long do you think it's going to take to do this trilogy? Like, what do you think? Batman 2 coming out and
movie coming?
I actually don't want the trilogy. I don't even want the second movie. I didn't want the first movie.
Yeah, well, that's needed. That's all happening. Okay. So the third one, though, since they're doing a trilogy, we're talking what? Batman 2 is what? 2020? What did they say? 2027? 2028?
2027 is the Batman 2.
2027. When did the Batman first one come out?
2021 or 2022?
2021. So what are we talking? 2033?
2030 before we get Batman 3.
So we're talking that's a long time. That is a long time before we get Batman. You know, and does this spread over to Wonder Woman? Does this spread over to the Flash? Does it spread over to Jean? What do we
I don't see how you put a Justice League team together without Batman, and if Batman is holding up the forming of some sort of superhero team for you, I don't see a world where two of these things happen, where Reeves gets to complete his trilogy and James Gunn is still around in his capacity controlling the DCU. Like it will be too clear at that point what's making the money. Right? If they're even green light, if they've gotten to Batman 2 and they're like, all right, well, might as well go ahead and make the third one, then they're closer to moving in Matt Reeves' direction than they are to actually being fully behind James Gunn, because those things don't run together. They haven't been synced yet. They're completely different directions.
I can see Zaslav, whoever's in charge. Were you done?
No, yeah, go.
I could see him asking Matt Reeves, "Hey, thanks for the second movie. Second movie did well. If it does well, we're assuming everything's successful, and it should be successful. Another 700 million. Hey, thank you very much. You know what, Matt Reeves? I need the third movie. Are you gonna take 5 years on this? You are? Okay, then never mind. I won't do the third movie. James Gunn, go Batman's yours again."
So he'd have to commit to a quicker turnaround from 2 to 3.
Yeah, it's simple business. If it takes 5 years again, but the other guy, James Gunn, is telling me he wants to use Batman and he can't because you are holding him up, then it's simple as that. And
James
I think
But also,
James
when
is
you
full
talk
of
about
shit.
simple business, though, who's making the money though? Like
James,
I think one of these projects between Supergirl and the next Superman has got to exceed expectations for you to have enough confidence to be like, all right, I know you're doing well with your Batman thing, but we need to get the James and stuff over here. Meanwhile, James ain't he's not showing you that once he gets that baton that he's going to be more successful than what you already had going. So I think it's a little bit of a dubious kind of venture to be like, all right, let this guy get as big as he wants because we're just planning to pull the rug out underneath him when we need to.
Yeah, this is all very concerning. It's just concerning because one of my biggest gripes with restarting the DC universe was I hope we don't take 10 years to get to the Justice League. And I fear that is exactly what we are about to do. And again, we're saying this while right now in production is what's his name? The little reporter from the Daily Planet.
Jimmy Olsen.
We're about to watch a Jimmy show where he's going after Gorilla Grodd and other villains. At the same time, Clayface is also in production. At the same time, he keeps talking about other characters that don't matter. Brendan Sklar will never be Batman. Darius doesn't have the aura. Why are you telling me that? You telling James that. I didn't cast Brendan Sklar. James did.
I know he like son of a bitch. What do you mean? What do you mean Batman 3? I thought I had a job for the next decade and a half. It don't sound like I'm ever going to get there.
Yeah, no, I don't. I don't have hope in James's universe too much anymore. I don't know what James is doing.
He's going to let Matt Reeves work him out of a job. While James Gunn has very grandiose ideas, I think Matt Reeves' path to success is a lot simpler with a lot less hurdles. Like, because of who James has proposed to lead us into this next era of DCU films, it's going to be harder for him to be successful than it is for Matt Reeves. I told y'all, if they go ahead and they greenlight a Penguin season 2, he might as well pack it up. Get on Indeed, my boy. Start putting in them resumes.
Yeah.
He's got Supergirl, that's 2026. That's like 4 months from now. And then we know the Superman sequel, Man of Tomorrow, which is not a sequel, whatever. Superman 2 is coming out in 2027. We don't know what's the big movie of 28, or maybe he'll get 2 big movies. I'm not counting Clayface, and I'm not counting Jimmy Olsen and some of the other smaller budget stuff. I do feel that he does have a restriction from the top of Warner Brothers. That is, we're only going to let you do the big $150 million movies, 1 a year. I think that's, I don't know. I'm almost certain that there is a restriction on a budget of that magnitude per movie per year. And should he perform really well with Supergirl, he may unlock 2 big movies a year, and we'll see what happens from there. but this is all like guesses. I don't know
Yeah.
anything for a fact. He's never said so, and if he did, everything he says is a lie. Even what he said right now, right here today, what you just read. Can you read it again, Darius, if you still have it open? I want to hear what James Gunn said again, so I can like pick at it longer. I just think he's a liar.
Oh, he's definitely a liar. He's most definitely a liar.
These were sorry. He just said that I'm dependent on when there is an actionable script ready. Also, frankly, we're well into Batman 2, and I wouldn't want to cloud the Batsphere until after that.
That's fine, and I believe that. I believe he's still writing a script for Brave and Bold, which is his Batman, and he does have to wait for Matt Reeves' Batman 2. But what's the part about Batman 3 that he said? Did he acknowledge Batman 3?
I think that part is the rumor.
Yeah, no, that part's the rumor. That's from Daniel RPK.
Okay, well, it's a safe rumor to make. If a movie does well, you do a sequel, so I get it. But when a movie takes 5 years to do, there's no way Zaslav is going to say, "Yup, sure, we just won't be making Batman money, Matt. It's all yours."
No league. Crazy.
I think it also limits your potential with crossovers.
See what I mean? That's so much money on the table that they're not going to have. Zaslav will have James Gunn in his ear this time, and instead of giving Matt Reeves another movie, he's going to ask James Gunn, "What's going on?" And James Gunn will say, "He takes too long, doesn't he?" Yeah, gonna have to have Batman. So that's a no for. Look, if James Gunn is saying I'm gonna make Brave and the Bold and I don't want to cloud the Batsphere, then he's a liar. But that basically means there won't be a Batman 3. He's not gonna cloud the Batsphere because after the Matt Reeves' Batman movie comes out, since the Batsphere won't be clouded, there will be no sequel to Matt Reeves' Batman because Brandon Sklenar is the Batman now.
I bet you Matt gets his sequel.
Yeah, I was about to say it still depends on how they all perform. And that may be exactly what he's being told right now. Like, hey, listen, don't worry about any third movie. After the second one is wrapped up, we'll go ahead and do away with that and we can start with yours. And that's probably the confirmation he's gotten. But then Supergirl posts, okay, again, we're just guessing.
Yeah, we're guessing, but I don't know how good Supergirl does, Marcus.
Right. I'm saying Supergirl could do well. Let's say it posts to 450. Then Man of Tomorrow comes out and does 600 million. All right, we really haven't moved off our square. We haven't delivered on that build that we thought we were getting from Superman 1.
I can totally see that happening. 650.
Yeah. All of a sudden, here comes Batman 2, 900 million. Okay. Now what? Now you telling me I'm not going to get my sequel? I'm not going to get the end of my trilogy? I made you 700 million out the gate. Made you 900 million in the middle of some underperforming films from your head of studio. I'm not going to get my trilogy.
But okay, hold on. Okay, Matt Reeves. Yeah, you want your trilogy, Matt Reeves? How long is it going to take you to make this third movie? Because if it just takes 2 years, absolutely, maybe. I got you. But if Zaslav hears, "Oh no, I seen the health condition I got," and how about 3 years? It'll turn into 4 years, and then it doesn't matter. Even if this movie makes $1 billion. I still think they just go, no, we'll make more toy sales off of James Gunn using Batman.
That would be a dangerous gamble.
Yeah, but then man, I don't know. What's been their excuse then? Man, sure, maybe. I just wonder what's been the excuse from 2021 to now. They've allowed him this long. I mean, and then again, who's to say? Yeah, who's to say Matt doesn't give them another hit series in between these two movies?
I'm telling you, Penguin season 2 is the canary in the coal mine.
I think that since he took so long to do Batman 2, there's clearly an issue. I'm just going to go with health. There's clearly an issue that's restricting his time. So he's not going to be spending time on doing a series again.
So then, yeah, if you're not going to give us a series, and we're in the middle of, the head of the studio wanting to use your character, then yeah, you probably are going to have to present a shorter turnaround to make this thing happen. And not just a shorter turnaround at that point. We may be thinking again about reorganizing some charts here. We may be thinking about moving some pieces around at that point, because if you can't deliver consistency as a studio head, why wouldn't I look for somebody who can? So it really is dependent on performance here. Like they're working at the same studio, they're working in unison to a degree, but they're also competing against each other like fiercely, because there is no universe. And I said this when we first proposed it. There is no precedent set for having two in universe, same exact characters, or excuse me, two separate universe, but same exact characters running congruently. We don't have that data. And to think that you would step into that head on and be like, all right, we're just going to go ahead and do it. Like, I know we're the first time ever that we've split a character like this in two, but we'll find a way to make money off of it. It never really felt right to me. So, yeah, that part of it feels like the truth from James Gunn when he says he doesn't want to cloud the bats. Now, for how long is really the root of what we're getting at here. If he gets a trilogy, y'all, I don't think James Gunn is the president at Lucas, or excuse me, at DC anymore.
I hate that rumor. I hate whoever brought that up. I hate Daniel Rickman. I hate that we just spent 20 minutes on this thing again.
Close. It's close. But technically you got Miles and Peter running at the same time, not Miles and Miles or Peter and Peter. That's what I mean. They're going to have a Bruce and a Bruce.
Yeah. Don't know what they're going to do there. I still don't believe him when he says Pattinson won't be his Batman in his universe.
Okay. There's too many. I don't know if like that I guess that may be a problem too. But see, I think Pattinson will go where the dollars make sense. If you tell Pattinson, hey, we're going to make you the next Robert Downey Jr., he's not turning that down. Absolutely not turning that down. You can bellyache all that artsy fartsy stuff if you want to, but if somebody's talking to you like, hey, we're going to give you a 6 to 7 year run like Chris Evans had from like 2011 to 2018, you want it? Hell yeah. Yeah. Yes, please.
That's the best case scenario if Robert Pattinson joins as Batman in DCU.
Yeah. I think the one that they're going to have to force their hand on is Reeves. And it probably goes back to what Chill was talking about. If he doesn't have the time to, do a movie in a short series at the same time, how is he going to be the steward of an entire universe, and keep up with continuity and other projects?
It won't be him. It'll be James. James will be in charge. I'm not saying that Robert Pattinson joins only with Matt Reeves. I'm saying Robert Pattinson joins the DCU and James Gunn's in charge.
Yeah. But then if that happens, though, it becomes more of a collaborative thing, right? And so, at least so far, we have not seen that side of James Gunn. We've seen a guy who talks a lot about, his process and how he brings things along. Obviously, he's very forward facing and talking about a lot of this stuff, but he's not a guy who's taking large input from other creators in terms of where we're going with the overarching narrative. What are we doing for all these characters? When do they get introduced? What's the story for all? Like, he's very involved in all of those details. So how does he work now that he has to share the kitchen, if that's the way it goes?
Yeah.
Very interesting, though. Very interesting. Y'all been arguing about Star Wars in the chat for a minute.
Do you realize that Batman from the Babe in the Fold is Dick Grayson? What?
Who said that? But no, I mean not the person, but like who confirmed that it was going to be Dick Grayson? Dick Grayson and Damian? Or are we not doing the Damian stuff anymore?
No, he's still doing Damon. He's still doing Damon. Let's see. Another thing we had.
Before you say something new, let's go to the super chats.
Super chat. Super chat. Super duper chat. Hold on. All right.
If I ever slip, I fall into a better situation. So catch up, go put some cheese on it, get out and get your bread up.
Shout out to Kyrie again, man. Quasimodo, appreciate you. Grogu gonna still be a baby in Ray's film. Don't speak those kind of things into existence. Either one of them. Grogu still being a baby or Ray's film.
You know, now that I think of it, okay, so he's a puppet right now. That's how they're using him to control him. All that stuff. At some point, do they have like a human, a person with dwarfism, a child, or someone put on a like Chewbacca is? Wouldn't that be cheaper at some point?
It would be much cheaper, but I think people would find it distasteful. Now, maybe if you put in some prosthetics and you let them talk and have speaking lines, maybe.
I personally don't like the change from now in episode 2 and 3. It's fine. In episode 1, I like the fact that Yoda's a puppet. However, in episode 2, you don't get that Dooku fight with that puppet. I don't think that I don't know. I don't want him to be a puppet moving forward, and I don't think that you should put a small person in that suit either. I think it should be CGI when he eventually does grow, if he grows, and have it that way.
Yeah, if the technology exists and it's affordable, fine. Yeah, just CGI would be the way to go. That's what they did with Yoda in 2005. So why can't they do it now? So when he's in Ray's movie, he will be a CGI, not a boy in a suit.
Probably still be a
I am Too Fly Cam. Appreciate the $2. Is Supergirl bombs? Does gun last until 2027? I'll say no. Well, till 2027. That's 2 years.
What's the bomb?
Supergirl bombs, he lands till 2027. Yeah, he'll still be there.
If it's only 300 and something million, he stays. If it's what did Captain Marvel 2 do? 205? If it does that, then yeah.
Damn.
Yeah,
I think that Marvel 2
definitely.
The Marvels only made
Marvel
200 something.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
That is tragic.
I think that's where they go. We'll just keep Peter Safran as the co-president, and we'll find someone else. Hey, Russo Bros, what are you doing? And they give them a contract or something.
206 million.
Ouch.
Remember the writer's strike and the actor strike. So Brie Larson couldn't really promote the movie until the actor strike ended. And I think that was the same week that they aired or that it premiered.
One more. Here we go.
Make this money, take this money. Ain't no way you can take this money. Ain't funny, take it, honey.
You know, fun fact: 50 Cent wrote that song for P. Diddy.
I'm a big fan of John Mulaney.
Who lies are more believable, Feige or Gunn? More believable?
Whoa,
Feige doesn't talk.
Yeah, he
Wait, I remember one lie he said. Chadwick Boseman was immensely important, and he transcends any iteration of the character.
Yeah, Feige's lies are definitely more believable because he does talk less. So that's kind of part of it.
Yeah, that's the thing. He's not out here on Twitter saying, nope, not true. Debunking every
all in the videos, dancing.
You know what? Let's spice up this question because obviously it's James Gunn. Is there anybody in Hollywood who's lied to you, like Wendy Williams? Like who lies like James Gunn lies?
Well, first of all, Wendy didn't lie. Wendy was Giving
I mean, she
tea.
lied
That was
about
real. Hey, some of that shit was real. A lot of that shit was real.
In Hollywood, who be lying?
Who's an executive? Who's a person who like reports to you but lies?
Okay, so wait, he got to be an executive. He can't just be a figure in Hollywood.
Fine, give me the figure in Hollywood, any figure.
LeBron
Donald
James.
Trump.
LeBron James. Nigga just be, and he lies for no reason.
For
He
no
lies
damn
when it
reason.
could only hurt you to be found to be lying about it and provide you absolutely nothing if you were telling the truth. That's the type of shit he lie about.
I'm very angry with what LeBron said. He's like, "Oh, I've only heard nothing but great things about Israel." What?
Yeah, you know, that's the guy who wants to be like our Muhammad Ali of our time. So
Wow.
yeah, that's the Bronny. But I
Did he?
mean, I don't know what people expected. Do y'all saw what he did with the whole Taiwan situation in China stuff back in like 2020, 2021, something like that. NBA had the whole stance on Taiwan. Daryl Morey said something about it. Oh, I don't think Daryl Morey understands. We bow to China. Here in the NBA, we bend the knee.
Yeah,
Salute to Kyrie Irving.
LeBron
Yep,
outside of those four lines. It's an interesting cat.
Steph Curry makes me angry too now. I'm not gonna watch GOAT anymore. Thought I was gonna. No, I'm not. Nope.
Steph Curry, Giannis. They let people do whatever with their money, as long as it's coming back with a return. It don't matter, huh?
What if they do the black league, the black-owned league that that's been rumored that Drake kind of spilled the tea on? If they do that, do we go, okay, the ends justify the means? I'd still be mad though. I'm still gonna be mad.
Yeah, you building it on dirty money. You're building it on the investments made on blowing up Palestinian babies. That's kind of
That's
a
Durant, right? That was Kevin Durant who
that's
invested.
Durant, that's Curry, and it's Giannis. They've all invested in Israeli tech firms, which make the weapons that they use and test on Palestinians.
Shout out to Jaylen Brown.
So is anybody currently watching the Celtics play the Warriors right now?
I'm rooting for Jaylen.
I'm not. That's enough. Then we can chat about that. Let's talk about the NBA's like dwindling product. Did anybody watch the All-Star game, the All-Star weekend last week?
Absolutely.
You call it a game?
Yeah,
absolutely not. I have not watched an All-Star week. The last All-Star weekend I watched, Fergie sung the national anthem. I'm not even lying. That was my last All-Star weekend.
Oh, when they was laughing at her, that shit was funny.
That was my last All-Star weekend.
When Draymond and them was trying not to laugh.
That shit was funny. And then the Warriors remixed her song, her national anthem rendition. And then
they were in the locker room.
And Josh Duhamel got on Good Morning America demanding an apology for his wife.
You better get your ass on.
I loved that remix. That's exactly what I was thinking of when you brought up the Fergie theme, because
The remix went. The remix was had she said in the
let's play some basketball.
Yeah. Oh shit!
Like you knew goddamn well while you was practicing for that fucking song that wasn't your song. You should have gave that shit up to somebody else.
The looks on their faces when she sung that shit was so funny.
I still remember Draymond trying to like swallow his smile, like trying to force it down. That shit was hilarious.
Right.
Cameraman, the operator who like chooses, okay, go to camera B, go to camera C. He was so in on it.
Hell yeah. All right, go to Draymond. He's about to lose it. He's losing it.
All of their faces. Wait till you see Chris Rock, though.
He's like, oh shit.
Oh,
Kimmel.
Jimmy Kimmel was laughing. Damn. And you a performer too. And so one of the most memorable moments now of your entire career is you bombing the national anthem. That's pretty sad.
Shit, that is funny. The Warriors remixing it though in the locker room was probably one of the best things ever. These niggas was
I can't hear it.
Oh, hold on. Oh, this shit was so funny. And Josh Duhamel wanted that apology, boy. He was mad.
Man, you better get your ass
off my
on,
wife.
man.
So y'all get off my wife. Call Optimus.
Man.
Yeah. Good
Hilarious.
Shit.
And you know what? Fergie's songs are still Fergie songs and very enjoyable.
Yeah, no, they're great. They're great. She just the national anthem was not her song.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm not picking a side here, honestly. I'm gonna laugh at all the fun that came from the national anthem, but Fergie's still cool. The Black Eyed Peas.
Yeah. Fergalicious, definitious.
Remember when Let's Get Started?
Fergalicious death. Fergalicious.
I remember Let's Get It Started because that
Which
song
year?
has such a big 2005, I believe. It's because it was the NBA. It was the NBA's go-to song for the playoffs that year.
All right, this is why you're wrong. 2005 was the classic like country song. 2004 was Let's Get It Started with the Pistons and the Lakers, but the San Antonio was like versus the Pistons. This is how a heart breaks. That was the 05 song.
Oh, I don't remember that. I do remember the Let's Get It Started though, because those commercials were hype during the playoffs, man.
But when you have a song,
that like you just said, that was the year that the Lakers played the Pistons, and that was probably one of the best fucking playoffs. That shit was so good. We lost. We shouldn't have. That shit was so good.
Having a song associated to a movie, associated to a moment or a finals or something like that, that's awesome. Like movies that do that, Fast and Furious seems to do it a lot. Movies that do that and succeed at it, it's amazing. Frozen did it and it killed it for them. I hope Children of Blood and Bone has a song that we can like
I'm sure
and not
some
pretend
black
to like.
artist is all over that right now. I'm positive. Somebody is on it.
But then are people going to say, well, that's not a Nigerian-born artist? Because that was the thing when all the actors came out. Some people who want to have fake outrage. And to me, I would just like to remind anyone, if you're listening right now and you're one of those people, the movie doesn't get made with the budget that it demands if they're choosing small-name actors. So this was a very necessary casting. But anyways,
I don't think that'll happen on the song. They didn't get mad that SZA wasn't African when she on the stars of ocean. They wouldn't mad at her.
That shit is still iconic to this. It will always
on
be.
The stars of focus, on the stars of focus.
The song, whatever it is, get SZA on it. Get the guy who sings with Selena Gomez. Calm down. Maybe he can do a song. Collaborate, bro. I want a whole album for Children, Blood and Bone.
They need to get Obafemi in that thing as an extra, a guard or something.
They can do reshoots.
Just in the background, big as hell for no reason. Well, for a reason, he's pretty good.
Speaking of reshoots, to the next topic there, that is Secret Wars was being split into is no longer or never was being split into two parts. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm sure they were never going to split it into two parts. It may have been on a talking point at one point, but I don't think they were ever going to do that just simply because they weren't going to wait to see what Doomsday did, right? How do you do that? How do you wait for what Doomsday did and then say, oh, well, now we're going to split into two parts?
Yeah, and then what is even the math with that? So if it does well, you're going to keep it a one-parter, or if it does well, do you make it a two-parter? I feel like that's more the thought process, right?
I don't think it. I mean, if they keeping it, I said from the very beginning, I think it should be two parts. But I mean, we knew they weren't going to do two parts; they're going to do the one. I'm sure. Well, I mean, it's the MCU. The Civil War is not Civil War like the comics. Secret Invasion is damn sure not Secret Invasion from the comics. So they're
Secret Invasion.
They're going to MCU this shit, and it'll be their version. So it doesn't have to be two parts.
I'm not gonna lie, I was presently surprised, and I actually was a little gleeful when I heard that they were going to split Secret Wars into two, because that gives them two films to not mess things up or to not fast track things or tell a part of the story too superficially, or they're kind of fast tracking things, or filling in their MCU narrative in place of actual storytelling that happened in the comics. I don't know if all that comes rushing back knowing that it's going to be one movie, but it should be one long ass movie. Like I'm talking Snyder cut, director's cut level long. This movie should be close to 4 hours long.
I mean, but I don't know how you do it if it's not. It's got to be. There's so much story here that you have to tell. So many loose ends you got to close.
Absolutely. I mean, if you're going to do it in one movie, it should be a monster of a movie.
Monster of a movie. For sure. Snyder said that Jeff Snyder on the hot mic tonight said it was never happening. He said that it was never going to be two parts. He says, so take the one part and enjoy it. Doomsday, then Secret Wars. That's it.
Okay.
They were throwing in factors like not wanting
to... Go ahead, my bad.
Oh, sorry. They were just throwing in factors about not wanting to pay Robert Downey Jr. another $190 million. Also talking about not, how hard it'd be to get the cast, schedules, other stuff.
Yeah. I forgot what the hell I was about to say. Secret Wars.
I'm satisfied with the Doomsday Secret Wars.
Yeah, I think Doomsday is kind of like Secret Wars Part 1. From what we're hearing, like that we're going to get the incursions in Doomsday. You'll probably get the formation of Battle World in Doomsday. That is your Secret Wars Part 1. Mm-hmm. If they do it right, Still, Secret Wars itself should be a long ass movie. Should be one of the longer movies they've ever made.
I agree. I completely agree. Still a ways away from it. There's an account that counts down on Twitter every day. So we're 666 days away from Secret Wars as of today, and 300 something days away from.
How many followers
does that account have? Let me see.
Oh, take your guess before he tells us, Marcus. I'm going to say there are 10,000 followers.
25.
Okay. Let's see.
Let me see. Hold on. Let me find
Chat. Let us know.
Now, hold on. That can't be right. It can't be 300. It can't be 300 days left. It's coming out in December, right?
200 something days left.
Yeah.
And let me see where. There it is. This account. So, what'd you say, Marcus?
25.
What'd you say, Chill?
10.
Chill was closer. It's got 9,769.
Damn. That's a little light.
So they've got time. Quasimodo said 45,000 to 47,000. No. Not yet.
Not yet.
I mean,
But
okay.
they count down. They give a countdown every day.
They 9,000 strong, baby.
Yeah.
Now, since that's Twitter, right, that we're looking on.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it's really 4,500. The rest is sitting on a laptop cart somewhere.
From accounts from West Asia.
With 3 followers. Yeah.
Right. Is it okay if comments
3 followers? Following 1,400 people. Oh,
yeah.
shit.
Check their replies. They reply every 45 seconds to somebody different. That's what those accounts do. They just go in and the only other thing on the list though is the Spider-Man synopsis. Well, no, Gina Carano as well.
Hey.
The,
I'm not gonna
Yo,
post it.
Netflix.
You see it?
Coming
Did you
out of the
see that?
closet podcast?
Yeah.
What's
I
I would
actually
have
don't
put it
understand.
up there, but I thought that was funny.
What's the name of the podcast?
He said, checking into the coming out of the closet podcast. How's everyone doing? That's funny. Good one.
So Gina Carano is going to fight Ronda Rousey. This was something that they were trying to do way back. They weren't able to do it, but then now they are. And they're going to all pretend like they hate each other for a little bit of money. Unlike some of the Logan Paul Netflix fights, I think this has validity. The only interesting thing is Ronda Rousey did have a little foray in the WWE, so she may be like, okay, it's just like that. I can just entertain people. But I think it's real.
No, this is a real fight for sure. Now, it seems that Gina Carano like vastly outweighs Ronda Rousey, and also she's an experienced fighter. So like I'm kind of confused on why Ronda's taking this fight. Maybe she figures they're both out of fighting shape, out of their fighting year, so this is more of a light exhibition. But like she's considerably bigger than Ronda. Ronda's background is more so in judo. I'm not really sure how Gina used to fight, but
This is
she's so much
y'all's
bigger.
This is y'all's topic. I'm going to stay muted, but I do have a question. Rhonda is the one from Fast 7, right? In the red dress that was giving girl the business in that tower.
And Gina's the one from Fast 6.
There you go.
I only know Gina from Deadpool and Star Wars.
Yeah, but you know her from Mando.
Yeah, but I remember seeing Rhonda and she's in Fast 7, right? Yeah, she's in Fast 7. She's like the girl in the red dress that was fucking up Dawn's girl.
Yep.
I thought so. Fast 7's my favorite one, so I thought so. Yeah, she's fucking that bitch up. Yeah, so that's Rhonda. Yeah.
I mean, she was a badass in the UFC ranks as well. She was really helping Dana and his ascension. You know, that it was that middle years of what eventually is today of UFC. Women's fighting was a little bit more,
and she used to take care of people. It used to be 1 minute fights. So that way, like, she could just fight again another 2-3 months later. Like, there was no problems there. Same with Conor McGregor. That was the same era where she would fight and then he would have a fight, and it would be like sick back-to-back months for UFC because of how well they were doing there. And John Jones still was capable back then.
Facts.
Oh my God, what an amazing
a little bit of a golden age, right? You had John, you had Rampage that was still in there, DC was still in there. Silva was still fighting at a high level. That was a golden age of UFC right there. Ronda Rousey and Conor.
And it never mattered who was Ronda Rousey's opponent. This time, it does matter.
Yep. That was back when she was running from Cyborg. She was running from Chris Cyborg, and I mean, eventually we know why when she ran up against Holmes. Yeah, I don't know. This kind of reminds me of the Jake Paul Tyson fight. Only it's real. And so like I'm struggling to kind of figure out why this is happening. Because I mean the way I understood it, Ronda was cool with her fighting career. Like she was good. right? Like she got her taste of what she needed to get, and it was over with. That's why she went to WWE. So, like, if you wanted to fight competitively and then fight competitively outside of your own weight class, I mean, the octagon is still there. It's not closed to. Oh, matter of fact, I think she did say that she did try to reach out to Dana White about a comeback, and he wasn't interested, or it just didn't materialize.
So I'm watching Gina and Caitlin Young. This shit is like the two men hitting each other is one thing. These two, there's a lot of blood on the ground.
Gina is she's a big girl. I mean, but Ronda is strange. She's very good at judo. She could get her in a lock, and it could be over. You know, she could slam her on her head, and it could all be over.
Gina's 42, Ronda is 39. But Gina, again, with her size, she's going to be the one having to make weight and slim down. With the way that they decide.
I don't know anything about this. Again, she's much skinnier here than she is now. Gina.
Yeah, she can do it. She's an athlete, so she knows how to train up. And whenever this fight ends up,
get back to this size. This is she's small. She's small here. She's a big gal.
If you're paying me 50 million or whatever million, I'm gonna slim down.
Ronda Rousey first, and then after we get our fill of Ronda Rousey, Gina Carano, apparently we're going to get a exhibition between Floyd Mayweather and Mike Tyson.
Really?
Yep.
No, really?
No, really.
On Netflix?
Yep.
I don't even know what to say to that. I'm gonna watch it because this is gonna be eventful and all that good stuff. I like the WWE. I like spectacles. But I don't know. And we're all gonna watch it, just like we're all gonna watch Toy Story 5. Everybody.
Should we still be punching on Iron Mike? I feel like at a certain point, I'm feeling the disrespect. Should we still be punching on him?
No,
because eventually he's gonna take a fall to somebody. Somebody gonna put him on his back, and then I'm gonna be depressed.
So does he have like a gambling issue? What does he need the money for?
Who, Floyd?
No, Mike Tyson. If you're in your 50s, you're a millionaire. You can do brand deals. You can do things to make income. You're gonna die.
Do you hear what you just said? If you're in your 50s, you basically don't need to be fighting, right? That's Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather is 50 years old, 50-something years old. He don't need to be fighting either. They both got money issues.
His last time to fight was when he should have fought Kentrail for putting hands on his daughter, and he didn't. So that's it.
Good. Yeah.
Hey, yeah, that is crazy though. He will get in the ring and fight anybody for a check, but drag your daughter down a hallway by her feet, beat her up on a security camera. I guess he just go by untouched. Upstanding citizen right there. What a great man. And illiterate at that. Just a shining example of what we should be.
Yeah. Floyd had Kentrail all on live, calling him out his name, guns in the video. I fucked you up like I fucked your daughter up, nigga. Yeah, that nigga was wild. Wild.
Sheesh. We got a super chat. We got a super chat. Hold on.
Well, I'm gonna find the NBA YoungBoy song with the super chat.
Oh God.
Thank you for sunshine. Thank you for rain. Thank you for joy. Thank you for pain.
Was that
a beautiful day? Yeah.
Definitely not a YoungBoy song. Battery, we appreciate the $2. Still support WWE, Saudi ties, and MAGA Align, SMH. I mean, listen, man. It's hard not to find that money, especially that Saudi money. Saudi money's everywhere now. They have successfully infiltrated most of our major sports. Yeah, it's kind of.
I'd just be careful to. I'd be careful to. Okay, so MAGA, we will have a problem with that, right? They're bad, all that good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Democrats are evil. The Democrats are oppressors of the African continent. The Democrats are with the occupation. They send money over for weapons. The Democrats are just as bad. So all these companies that support the Dems, please don't maybe ignore that part of it. But also, if you want to have standards with your money, battery, I think that's commendable. Like, yeah, I don't want to support the WWE because of the ties to Saudi Arabia and all their problems. Yeah, like they built that arena, I think, in 3 weeks. It took them 3 weeks to build an
3
arena.
weeks to build that shit. Like, and then they
You're telling me
promoted
that
it.
they promoted like we weren't gonna ask. Well, what
Yeah,
were the
like, what
labor
the hell?
conditions? What were the labor conditions here? There's so much problems with what they do with their money, and the guy from what's MBS, he's in the files also. We're visiting the island and doing all the nasty stuff too. So I'm not ignoring that part of it. I'm just saying, like, damn, are you gonna go watch like a movie on Paramount? Are you gonna watch you know what I mean? Like the NBA is mostly Zionists. There's so much Zionist owners. There's so much gunk that there is that there is a reason not to
NFL
support.
with was it Steve Tisch, the owner of the New York Giants? His name all up through there.
So when I read this again, still support WWE, Saudi ties and MAGA aligned, shaking my head. Then who to support then, battery? And don't send a super, just write in the regular chat, like, you know, what's the conglomerate, like what's the entertainment that you think we should be directing stuff to? Because yeah, it's one thing to complain, but like let's encourage a good place to give our money. Who do you want to support? Let us know.
Please don't.
He says, but you encourage Darius to watch. You actively promote it. Just saying. I accept your criticism and like I'm with you. I'm telling somebody to watch a company that takes money from Saudi Arabia. I get it. I do.
Someone said, please don't say the N-word. I'm white and it offends me. Why does it offend you?
What?
Why does it offend you?
That man said AEW, I guess. Yeah, AEW is not Saudi owned. I've been getting into a little bit more AEW. I like Swerve Strickland. I like MJF. I like that dude. I like him a lot. I think he's got something. And I like, well, nah, I can't like it too much because there's been a few of these guys. But I like the fact that he's anti WWE. I like that he pokes at it. I like that he's like WWE adjacent. You know, he's got relationships with a lot of guys over there because of their time at AEW or other places. But like, he doesn't defer to them. He doesn't treat his show like it's a secondary show. He treats it like it's an actual competition, as he should. It's very meaningful for the company. So I appreciate some of the stuff they got going on over there.
Trick Williams got me watching wrestling again. I think Trick Williams the guy we can get Darius to like.
Chill. You know, I feel like almost every Thursday we talk about WWE in some form. And I feel like every Thursday you say that. And I feel like I say this to you every time. Brother, I had friends, cousins that were into it, that watched it with me around when I was a kid. I didn't get into it then. I am not going to get into it now. It's not for me. It's not for me.
This is a really bad time to onboard new WWE fans. I do think this is a bad time to onboard them onto WWE, being that the product is what it is in terms of storytelling. And then also, if you really get into it, you probably want to engage in person. And they're doing less house shows, and the tickets for in-person experiences are through the fucking roof.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's not a great time to introduce new fans. Like they're not really given a whole lot of reasons to, if you don't already engage with WWE to start,
WWE. And the only thing I really remember from WWE is certain like images. I remember images of the Undertaker, just because it's the Undertaker. The Rock, obviously. Man,
What about Undertaker's brother, Kane?
yeah, I don't know who that
All the wonders that I love now on the show. Shout out to Kane. Big Red Machine.
What do we have next? Because like Ronda Rousey and Gina Carano.
There was Luke Cage. To where Mike Coulter. I guess I could add that to the stage, couldn't I? Where Mike Coulter said, I want to see if he can do. I want to see if he can do the right thing and at the same time keep his hands from getting dirty. He said that to Mike Coulter says he wants Luke Cage to return to the MCU with the power and complete control of Harlem.
So he wants to pick up right off the back of the whole Cottonmouth, not Cottonmouth. Who was he fighting? Bushman arc. Literally where the last season of the show left off after he got him up out of there. I mean, I'm down with it. I'd much rather see them move into the, Devil's Reign arc. After we depose Wilson Fisk, see him moving into being the mayor of New York. But, running Harlem to start is not a bad place. I question how we're going to remove one criminal turned politician and then implant another criminal turned politician. That would complicate things a bit. If I had to choose one, I'd go with the Devil's Reign arc where he actually becomes mayor of New York.
Yeah. He's either way, whatever story they do with him coming back, I just want more color in the MCU and having Luke Cage back. Well, having Luke Cage in the MCU proper officially. Not, but I don't want that Disney. Obviously he would be on Disney Plus, but I don't want that Disney Plus formula. This is gonna make some of y'all mad. Don't give me that Wonder Man formula. Don't do that. I want, if we're gonna do Luke Cage or bringing Mike Coulter back, please make it a good damn show like the Netflix show.
Facts.
Because the man already said many times he wasn't coming back.
I think he is. And I think we've gotten enough circumstantial evidence, people meeting up, taking pictures, hinting at certain things. If they're bringing back Christian Ritter, which they are, and Jessica Jones. Yeah, that's Christian Ritter.
Oh, Lord.
Yep. Yeah, Jessica Jones.
Darius said Christian Ritter is a superhero within herself.
She's a superhero on her own. I even heard a rumor about Claire coming back. Okay, now, if you think you about to bring back Claire and not bring back Luke Cage, you got your rabbit ass mind.
I saw that rumor about Claire as well.
I think it would be a welcomed addition to Daredevil season 3, or season 2, excuse me. I like the fact that they're not afraid to use their characters in that show. Right? They gave us Punisher season 1. They're gonna give us, what is her name? Who is Jessica Jones? What is her superhero name?
She doesn't have a superhero name.
She doesn't. Yeah. She's just Jessica Jones, right? I don't know why I was blanking on it. Jessica Jones. There was talk about another one appearing with her as well. Another.
They said Iron Fist as well. I thought they said all the Defenders. They said even Iron Fist. They said him.
If Iron Fist is in it, then we should just expect for Luke Cage to show up. Because again, what cruel universe do we live in where Iron Fist gets brought back and Luke Cage doesn't? So,
and to what you just said about Claire, I don't know if that's so much a rumor as it is really happening. I believe Rosario Dawson really is returning for this, so I'm pretty sure he is. I mean, he's been talking a lot about this lately anyway. His tune has changed from I wouldn't come back to maybe to now I want to be running Harlem when I do.
Well, I think when he was talking about he didn't want to get back, that's when nobody calling him back. When he was talking about I don't want to come back, that's when nobody was asking him to. They're asking now, so it's very easy for that tune to change.
His cousin is knocking on Marvel's door too.
His cousin,
Viola.
Oh yeah. I mean, I love Viola. Obviously, she's a tremendous actor. You don't want to come over here, sis. You don't want you don't want to have nothing to do with this. You don't ask Angela. Go talk to Angela, and then after you talk to Angela, if you still want to do it, then go ahead and come back. But
Yeah, I'm kind of lost. It's kind of like Giancarlo Esposito. You guys are in your 50s. You're older. What do you want from the superhero genre?
I'm confused too. I agree with you. What does she want?
I think they think it's fun, and I think they think on the onset that they're going to play somebody popular that people are going to fan out about, and then.
Unfortunately for Viola, though, that role for her was in DC when she was
kind of already happened. She was Amanda Waller.
As Amanda Waller, she was perfect, and it's like in the MCU, I don't know who you could play in the MCU. I don't know. I've been thinking of a Marvel character that she could play. They ended up making Viola somebody's mama.
You know, honestly, she got it with Viola Davis. With Amanda Waller. Actually, that proves how good she is because I matched their names right now. She has it with Amanda Waller. That's the best possible job you can have. Don't do anything to fumble. Don't compromise your schedule. Just tell James, I'm still eager to play by your girl, Amanda Waller. Remember me from Suicide Squad?
Angela Bassett played Amanda Waller too. They both did.
Amanda Waller can be in many projects.
She could be, but I don't know if Viola is okay. Well, let me put it this way: Viola may still be Amanda Waller in the DCU. I don't believe her show is happening.
Yeah. It's a black woman. Why would they do that?
Nicole Fury, right? The alien?
No, just an alternate reality.
where he never fucks a scroll, huh? Where he never has sex
still
with
fuck
an
the scroll. Still fuck the scroll. Just a guy, a man scroll.
You know, sadly for Luke Cage, sadly,
so dirty, man.
Every TV show from Marvel has been ass lately, or I didn't watch it lately, and I don't care for Luke Cage. I'm sorry. I know that the TV shows are really been separate from the movies, and then kind of as much as told us too that they'll be separated. So whatever future he's looking for, I'm just uninterested in. But it's not like I don't wanna. I just don't know. I think if they gave Luke Cage a TV show, I would have to support it. You're pulling me to support it. You're pulling me to actually do coverage of it.
You didn't like the Netflix series?
No, I didn't. I didn't even finish it. But that was back then when things weren't canon. Now things are canon. It's just they'll ignore them. They're canon, but it's kind of like the same thing.
Like any of the Defender stuff?
No. Because it wasn't canon. I'm a canon.
I'm not the biggest. That's the same way for me, Chill. It's the reason I'm not the biggest fan of the Netflix stuff. I watched it, but because it's not canon, I don't care.
Just like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. First season, I was all in there. And then I'm like, oh, this shit's not even. Well, maybe I'll wait for a connection here or there. And they really never did. They never gave me a reason to watch Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. anymore.
Well, hold on now. Because Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. was still connected, at least tangentially, to the MCU until like season 3 when they brought in Sam Jackson. And then
they gotta be
it
more
completely went off.
Yeah. So like that's a tangential connection. I need a aggressive connection.
Yeah, like Mike said, it's all canon now, but like I guess, yeah, I mean, it really doesn't matter. It's not like I'm gonna go back and rewatch Jessica Jones, but just like stuff in Jessica Jones when they mentioned the Battle of New York, I hate that they can't say their names. Like she's like the big green guy and the guy with the guy that waves the flag, and I'm like, God, just say the whole.
Like, damn, you don't know their names, but yeah, no, that's corny. That's corny. The big green guy.
She's like the big green guy and the guy that waves the flag. I'm like, when did Cap wave the flag?
Metaphorically,
I guess. Yeah. Glenn Close has a job in the MCU.
Yeah, she was part of the Nova
You
Corps.
damn
wasn't she?
right. She's a part of the
She
fucking
was
Nova
part of the
Corps.
Nova Corps.
You damn right.
Niggas got
I
Glenn Close
forgot.
and they put her in the cop station.
Oh man, I forgot. That's right.
John C. Reilly was in there too, just standing around doing nothing.
Crazy. I mean, let's not forget Lawrence Fishburne is Bill Foster.
Is goddamn Goliath.
Oh man. God damn it. What's crazy is how he gonna be Goliath, but we get to see Janet. Oh no, we didn't see Janet. Never mind. Sorry. We did not see Janet or Hank suit back up.
Nope.
No, we did not. I was about to say but we didn't get to see Bill. No, we didn't even see them.
I badly want to see X-Men and get this Luke Cage guy off my screen now. Like, it's enough. I'll take a Bishops. I'll take a Manifold. I'll take a Storm. I'll take anyone over this Luke Cage stuff.
Well, we have the Spider-Man synopsis is next. You see that bringing T.C. Carson back?
Yeah, for the original trilogy. I'm dope. I'm hype about that.
Yeah, they're remaking it, but what does that mean? A remake? Is this just like touch-ups, making it better, or are we adding?
I assume since they're bringing them back, they're going to reshoot everything. So yeah, updated graphics.
Oh, I'll be playing it. I'll be playing it from game one again.
A lot of refinements. I think that, but see, I feel like it's odd though, because you're doing this at the same time that you're going to be releasing the live action version, but the live action version is the Norse gods. Why? How are we this disconnected as a company where we don't go, hey guys, hey listen, I know you're planning on a Game of Thrones, a God of War live action series. Just a little hint. The guys down the road over there at the game studio, they're going to be remastering the original series. So you may want to stick with the Egyptian gods, or not the Egyptian gods, Zeus and all that stuff before you get to the Norse stuff. Like, how are we missing like that?
Yeah. Also, no battery. Bro knows what the remake is. Also, I don't think that, as I've said, talking about this Norse god stuff. Why? That's not the most interesting part of Kratos' story.
Yeah, why are we starting there? That's a weird place to start.
Yeah, it is.
Because I mean, none of it actually makes sense until you tell about his quest with Zeus and his battle versus Ares and all of that stuff that leads to his losing his family. That all makes it even more of a heartfelt story for him to find a new one, with Faye and Atreus, aka Loki, and it's just feels like we're skipping ahead a little too far for me. But
yeah, man, there's so much. I like the Norse games, but they're not the Greek games at all. You go through so much in those three games. I mean, he dies, he fights his way out of hell, comes back, kills gods, kills Medusa. You fight Medusa, you fight Titans. I mean,
you ride Gaia's back on your climb to Olympus.
Mm-hmm. You fight the Sisters of Fate and rewind time and pop back in the spot where Zeus kills you. Like, bro, that you can't beat that shit. Like, imagine that live action.
No, that shit's dope. That shit's dope.
Very. Okay, now the synopsis for Spider-Man that they've got here. It says 4 years have gone by since we last caught up with our friendly neighborhood hero. Peter Parker is no more, but Spider-Man is at the top of his game, keeping New York City safe. Things are going well for our anonymous hero until an unusual trail of crimes pushes him into a web of mysteries larger than he's ever faced before. In order to take on what's ahead, Spider-Man not only needs to be at the top of his physical and mental game, but he must also be prepared to face the repercussions of his past.
His past? The Scorpion?
I would say so. I
Probably
think. I
Scorpion.
mean, yeah. I like that it's 4 years from now. I like that so this means that we're going to be getting I mean, well, rumor wise, the beginning of the film is a montage. The same thing they were going to do at the beginning of Tobey's Spider-Man 4. It was going to be a montage of Tobey taking in notable villains from the comics and blah, blah, blah. I guess that's what we're doing in this film. We're going to see a montage at the beginning of him taking on Boomerang, Tarantula, some others, and being at the top of his game as Spider-Man.
I thought Fantastic Four First Steps had a great montage.
I didn't. They said that he's supposed to get organic webbing, but they said that also, yeah. But rumors are saying that's a dream sequence. Some people say no, it's it's happening for real. Some people are saying it's a dream sequence. I don't think it's real because we've seen behind the scenes footage. Now, not to say that he couldn't get organic webbing along the way of the film, but how does that make sense? Why would he not just start with organic webbing? Now he could be. The rumor is he's mutating. That's why. It's the whole 8 arms thing that happened. But it's
so
again,
is that
supposed to be a dream?
Does that mean the Cocoon Lady is we're back on the Cocoon Lady?
Of him being in that weird cocoon thing, I think.
Isn't that how he got the 8 arms and stuff?
Yes.
Or am I mixing up stories?
It's supposed to be a dream. No, that's right. But it's supposed to be a dream in this movie.
Go watch Comics Explained. He'll settle it for you.
Okay. I'm sure he has the story.
Yeah. So that's Spider-Man. It's 4 years from now. He's at the top of his game. The overall villain is Tombstone. It is Tombstone. The Hand is working for Tombstone. He is the one that breaks Scorpion out of jail.
And that's my boy from Black Lightning.
Yes.
Dog, he's about to shine. He is about to shine. I'm telling y'all, we have not seen. Well, you know what? Don't let me put too much on it because it's Marvel and maybe it won't necessarily be written for him to do his thing the way we know he can. But if they take the reins off of him and let him freestyle a little bit in between the margins, like, hey, this is where we need to get to. You can say whatever you need, wherever you want to, but this is where we need to be. Oh, he's going to perform. He's going to perform.
Oh, yeah.
Was this leaked footage?
No, it is art from the concept art. That is the concept they have from. I think he looks great.
Yeah.
His voice is in the trailer. He's the one threatening Spider-Man in the leaked trailer that went around. Another one came out. Another thing for another leaked trailer for Spider-Man happened as well. So yeah, that's what's going on. Scorpion is in the film. He's going to look the way he looked somewhat in Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. If you watched that, you know what he looks like. He's going to have that kind of similar look. I don't know if Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man was somewhat of a blueprint because the villains that are in this are the villains that are in Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. So we'll see. Trailer should be soon. I'm ready for this. I think that
what's up with the trailer? We're like 4 or 5 months out.
One of the things people have been pointing out about the trailer is, I guess maybe I don't remember because of the excitement of No Way Home, but I guess they did this with No Way Home. I guess they waited 4 months before the film to drop the trailer.
Oh, so does that work? Does us asking about the trailer give it press?
Guess so.
I don't know.
How
I don't
many
know
of us
if
are there, though?
anxiety about a trailer. Now, if we're just talking in general about excitement for the movie, that you could tell that from just where the fuck is the trailer at. You know what I mean? Like if people are excited about the movie coming out, then they're engaging about it, they're theorizing, or you're talking about it clearly online. If you haven't seen a trailer that you think you're supposed to see, you might just forget about the movie altogether.
When I think of trailers, I think of movies. I mean, sitting in the cinema for Supergirl in June, and then the trailer for Spider-Man, that's next month. Like that will come. So it will execute what it's supposed to do. I think we're caught up in the internet's age of it all, where we're expecting to see a trailer 4 months ahead. We see the screen crush videos breaking it down, and we all have our reactions and stuff, and they're kind of robbing us of that. But what does that matter to the global box office gross? Like, it doesn't matter at all, really.
Well, I mean, that's the way that they usually do it, right? I mean, it's not like we're going against conventional wisdom when we're saying, "Hey, all right, we're 4 months out. We should be looking for a trailer." Like that's the way
And
the
if they do
industry
it,
usually handles it, right?
and if they do it 3 months out, we're still gonna make our trailers, and we'll still do the YouTube, and the social media guys will on TikTok will still do their TikTok. So, what are they really delaying and preventing? Really, instead, I'm trying to give them points. I don't feel this way, but instead, what they're doing is not putting out the trailer, which makes you tweet about it, which makes all of your friends, who are some of them casuals, see that, oh, Spider-Man is not doing a trailer, and they're thinking about Spider-Man. Like, once that trailer does happen, then there's nothing to talk about because you'll talk about it already. So by not putting out the trailer, you create noise.
Yeah, they all this stuff has been, this is just like No Way Home. All this stuff has been like merchandise and promo stuff has been leaking and why don't we even say leaking? Been coming on the shelves and things like that. So it's giving people more of a look at what we can expect. Like I think in this one, I can't zoom, but on this backpack, it's the silhouette of some of the villains: Tombstone, Scorpion. I forget who the other one was. So yeah, they're given, it's happening. I mean, a lot of stuff is being shown through merchandise and promo, but I don't remember them doing a trailer 4 months before No Way Home. I do remember it being a long time before we got that No Way Home trailer, but I guess it was 4 months before No Way Home, and they're doing the same formula. I mean, but hell, it worked with No Way Home. It made what, $2 billion, and they re-released it, and it made $1 million on a weekend or something, however much it made.
No Way Home was that movie.
Yeah.
The teaser dropped August 23, 2021.
August. That came out in December.
Yeah, 4 months.
Yeah.
Well, then we should be close. We should be close. We're in, what is this? Basically March, almost in 2 weeks. April, May, June. That comes out in June or July?
July.
July.
July is the 7th month. March is the 3rd month. 7 minus 3 is 4. So it'll come in March.
Yay. Spider-Man. I was going to see it with or without a trailer anyway. Spider-Man. I'll be there. I will be there to see how this turns out.
I'll tell you what, man. I saw him being Daniel Destin Cretton talking about Wonder Man.
Oh God.
And I'm not worried about Spider-Man because, like Darius just said, it's Spider-Man. I mean, it's kind of hard to mess up. But I am very interested to see what the action versus exposition balance is in this movie, given the emotional ties that are in it. Like, nobody remembers him, a lot of grief over his dead auntie. The other Peters are gone, right? None of the Avengers know who he is anymore. So it's a very isolated life. Like, there's a lot of what we got in Wonder Man that could translate into Peter's experience that he's going through right now.
Oh no.
And so brother, this ain't Wonder Man. This is not Simon. And you got a lot of balls to juggle. You got Tombstone, you got the Hand, you got Punisher, you got maybe Jean Grey or Shothra.
Punisher.
You got a lot of shit going on in here. Oh, by the way, your movie is the predecessor to Doomsday, so make it great so that people want to come see Doomsday. Like you got a lot going on. I don't know if we got time to be wasting on line reads and temper tantrums like we did in Wonder Man. So just the posture of how he thought he did with Wonder Man just kind of gave me a look into his psyche a little bit, a look into how he views the projects. It was just, it was raised an eyebrow or two.
Yeah, no wonder. Well, we won't get into it, but it was abysmal for me. Abysmal.
Ryan Coogler is going to be doing X-Files, and I hope for the same sort of what you just said right now with Dana Creighton. He was talking about one show for Wonder Man, and that's why he was doing so much press. And then we get these Spider-Man answers. I hope the same with X-Files, where Ryan Coogler is talking busy doing X-Files, and they say, "What about Black Panther?" And he actually answers the question.
What about Maribel? Yeah, no, he got a lot of that during Sinners, and I don't really expect it to slow down now that the people are heating up on Damson and his potential casting. So I do expect him to get a lot of questions when the X-Files rolls out. But we can talk about the X-Files for a minute because I want to pose something for you guys.
Aren't you the guy who usually has to go to sleep and writes in the private chat, "Guys, it's getting late"? Now you want to talk X-Files?
Yeah, I want to talk X-Files just for a little bit before we get out of here.
Let's go.
So I saw, and I don't know if this has been confirmed, if it's true or not, but I did see that they were reporting that Jonathan Majors was going to be doing a movie with the Daily Wire, which, oh my God, I just wanted to take a shower after. But let's treat it like it's nefarious right now. It's not a real story. Would you like to see? Because I know we talked about this with Michael B. Jordan. Can we get my boy Majors into the X-Files reboot?
Could Ryan do that?
Can we get him in the like? Clearly, if we going around here sniffing around the Daily Wire in their graveyard of scripts, we need a little assistance. Need a little bit of help. Can I get an olive branch? Can a brother get a handout? You know what I'm saying? Not a handout, but stick your hand out. Is what I mean.
Yeah. He can hands, feet, elbows, for sure. I don't know what studio is doing X-Files. What channel is it on?
I don't know.
Is that not FX?
Is
that FX?
Who owns FX?
Is this a series or a movie?
I thought it was a series.
Ah, okay. Yeah, no. We hustling backwards. We don't want to put him on TV right now. We want him to keep getting movie roles.
Well, then Daily Wire. There you go.
Nah, fuck the Daily Wire. Fuck Ben Shapiro.
Yeah.
What is Majors gonna do next? Oh my God! It's been so he got the True Threat movie that Charlamagne was producing.
In DC.
Yeah, he could play with a DC character. James Gunn, the Second Chances guy, would definitely give him a shot.
Icon.
But they're not doing milestone stuff though. Like, yeah, Icon would be great, but they're not. For some reason, they're not doing milestone stuff.
Yeah, but I mean, okay, cool. I mean, yes, it's milestone stuff, but Icon is in. I mean, he's like Static, as you know, in the DC universe. He's in Young Justice.
Yeah,
barely.
Yeah, but he has lines and does shit. You're right.
He do just pop up and brood. He just shows up and stares.
But you can kill two birds with one stone here. You could get Rocket in and get Icon.
Rocket and Icon. I think that'd be dope.
Yeah, I'd look at some of the things we've been talking about all month long about how we got to make sure the February 25th comic book called New History of the DC Universe, Dakota Incident. It needs to be picked up at your shop because that's a goal, to try to force a second printing and a third printing and all right. And then also when Tubi has Static Shock, which won't be March 1st, but it'll be coming. When they have Static Shock, do your best to cover it, to give it watch time, to promote it. And then we can get things like Icon.
Whoop, whoop.
Yes. I'm gonna try to tag Little Romeo and see if you can talk about it.
No. Hit you with that
And then
ICD
that's your
knowledge.
pathway to Icon and Rocket and Static and all the other characters. Let James Gunn know just how watched Static Shock is.
How did his commercials go, Romeo? Was his, you're sitting at home, you're on the couch, you're watching TV, your life just passing you by? Is that him?
You
Or
ain't
was
doing
he
nothing. That's not him. That was a guy in the commercial.
ICDC,
Well, ICDC college.
Them commercials was something. The waitress girl didn't do great. Still, I gotta get more cash. More education is what I'm looking at. Yeah, I remember them commercials, man.
I don't remember that second one. I remember the first one.
You don't remember her? She was like a waitress. She was like, when I get a degree, something looking at me. I don't know. I know it was for
Did it
ICDC
come on
college.
when you were watching Maury?
No. This was they was pushing ICDC heavy. That was on everything.
Cartoon Network, goddamn. You're sitting on the couch, you ain't doing nothing. I'm 11.
Right.
I ain't supposed to be doing nothing.
You talk about your life's just passing you by.
I'm like, damn, for real?
Oh shit, that's funny. Yeah, get Romeo. I just retweeted the deal of him on Static Shock. The cartoon of him on Static Shock. Little Romeo has been a cartoon on Static Shock and Proud Family.
And he played basketball in college too.
And the Little Romeo show.
Oh, he lied in his song. He said, after high school, I'm going straight to the pros in that one song.
What, basketball? How good was Romeo at basketball? I know Master P played in the league, did he
Toronto.
not?
Yeah, he played in a preseason game in Toronto. Romeo was he played at USC for a couple of seasons. I can't remember him being a standout. He was there.
What does he
Little
do
Romeo,
now?
Little Bow Wow.
Bow Wow.
As a basketball player?
No,
Or
just
in general?
musically.
Bow Wow, I guess, yeah.
Bow Wow for sure.
Okay.
Columbus's very own, or Reynoldsburg's very own.
Uh-oh. Yeah, I got Bow Wow too.
Oh, okay. So Romeo is he's still active.
Still
doing
active
stuff.
in what?
Well,
What's
I
on
mean,
his story?
let me put it this way. He's posting on Instagram.
Okay.
He's saying, it is a field trip. They don't know it's me. Is that what Romeo's up to?
No, that was Bow Wow. The dinky
Yeah.
boat.
Oh, Shad Moss.
Mr. 106.
Mr. 106.
Hey, how's great grandma doing right now?
Who's great grandma?
Yeah.
Who we talking about?
What?
Remember how the other week I was joking about there's 106 in Park Live and your grandma's 106 and Alive?
Oh. Yes.
Oh.
Yes. No, she's doing well. Doing good.
Nice.
Oh, well.
Like Mike. Like Mike was the shit. It was a good movie.
Like Mike. Like to be like Mike.
However, let me see. I think that is that is it. That was our last thing. Yeah. Have you seen those? One more thing I want to say. Did you see those? Obviously, there's so many of the C Dance 2.0 videos, but there's one right now that is there. They said stay tuned for part 3. So they put Wanda in the wizarding world with Harry Potter, and those have been pretty good, not gonna lie. First she fought Harry, then she fought Hermione, and Dumbledore came out and she killed Dumbledore. Now she's chasing down Hermione, and I'm waiting for part 3. It's been
I'm kind of
pretty good.
tired of this OD version of the Scarlet Witch. She's only like that when she loses her freaking mind. When she's a normal person, she's completely, you can compete against her.
Hey.
She's only OD like that when she is out of her freaking rocker.
She's one of the best, strongest characters in Marvel.
You see that latest comment right there? Someone said boring as hell.
I think
Oh,
they
I
were
don't know
talking
what.
about Lil Bow Wow.
Either
Oh,
Probably not.
either talking about Little Bow Wow, either talking about our stream.
I was gonna say probably not Lil Bow Wow.
you see that Hermione Granger or the Daniel Radcliffe guy? He was like, "Don't judge the kids with us.
I did.
Give
You
them
know what I
grace."
thought about when he said that?
Skeleton Crew
I thought
kids.
of no, I thought about all of the people who were like, you would just you would just destroy a new actor if he were to play T'Challa. Like you wouldn't let him, he would just be ridiculed and constantly compared. And who would want to step into that? And how all of those people would be the exact people that they're describing, like they would be the individuals causing trouble. I get that energy right now from Daniel He's always, this isn't the first time he's made a comment like this about the kids. And so it's like, it's almost like a projecting thing. Are you comparing yourself to these new kids? Like, are you almost in like a way trying to separate yourself? Like, of course these kids can't compare. Please don't compare us to us endlessly and needlessly. What if they compare you to and they say that the little kids are better? Like
Oh,
that's
that's your
what I'm
fear?
thinking. Yeah,
No,
that's what
okay.
I'm thinking. Like, why wouldn't you leave it open for people to make their first of all, it's media. Okay, these kids, at least their families, know what they're signing up for. This is Harry Potter. Okay, this is not daycare. This is not everybody gets a chance and everybody gets to go. This is media. And so they signed up to play these roles. People are going to judge them for what they are. And of course, if it's based on a property that has already garnered millions of fans and gone on for decades, of course there's going to be a comparison. So what are you really doing by saying, hey, don't compare this kid to me? No shit, Sherlock. Of course we're going to compare this kid to you. You're only adding more attention to it, to the fact that now we have to compare the two.
Yeah, they're definitely going to
Okay.
be compared.
I view it very differently. I think because they're kids, that's the only angle he's taking it. Like, don't bully these guys. Don't Jake Lloyd him. And some of the other, Millie Bobby Brown's gone through some stuff too, where people online give her a harsh, make her life difficult. And I think that's the angle he's taking. Not so much when you start comparing, oh my God, one of them is going to be better than me, or some insecure place like that. I don't feel he's coming at it at all from a negative place. And I'm sort of with Daniel Radcliffe. But you're saying that he says this often? Like, how many other times has he spoken up about this?
So, oh shit. I seen one quote where he was telling them to just, to soak it all in. And that was a pretty innocuous quote. It was like, it's going to be the time of your life. But I also heard him talk about the fandom and how he wants to try and protect them from, some of the stuff, some of the reactions, which is just not possible. It's not reasonable. And so a much more constructive, for me, at least from my perspective, thing to do would be to reach out to these children, like personally, maybe even individually, and give them some of your lived experience, not not going to a publication and telling them, hey, don't compare them to me. I know I'm the original. I know I'm the guy that you guys love. And of course, every single one of you is going to measure this kid's acting worth versus mine when I was his age. But please don't do that, even though I'm bringing attention to it here in the media. Like the most effective way to tell a fan base not to pile on a kid isn't to get in front of a microphone and say, don't pile on a kid. Is my thought process. Heirs of Ewan McGregor and Moses Ingram. Hey guys, leave my friend alone, as they're all dogpiling her. And it only made it worse.
Yeah.
I don't know.
If he it's gonna happen. It's whether he said that or not, it was always gonna happen. They're gonna compare, they're gonna message these kids if they have Instagrams or whatever. People do that. I mean, people are weird. They're gonna do it. They do it every time. So I hope that not only are they getting lessons in their first act, if this is some of their first acting debuts, I'm sure they're getting lessons in all right, here's all the evils that come with it, and here's how you handle this, and here's how you handle that. Because they're going to get messages. They're going to get the criticism. There are people that don't even want this series to happen, that are just waiting for it to happen so they can dogpile it.
So, man, say it failed. Oh.
Yep. I'm too fly cammed. Strongest character in Marvel lost to a rock that she pulled down on herself. But try harder.
That's funny. All right, I'm tapping out. No, you got a spurt of energy from me. I'm done now.
All right.
Everybody go support the Static Shock comic book. Go watch Cross on Prime, which, yes, I'm late on some coverage, but I just still intend to do the coverage of it. Go watch Children of Blood and Bone in January.
Yes. We should be back next week. I'm live next week. She'll, depending on his schedule, might be.
Yeah, I'm good next week to do the time that you usually do.
Chill's good next week. So Afternoon Woke Up, we'll be back next week. I think Ira Ford said X-Men 97 season 2 just released new art, did they? Yeah, so that's what's going on. We'll be back next week. Marcus, you're live Sunday, right?
Live Sunday at 4:30. Come check us out. Back of the Bus podcast.
All right. Sorry, I was trying to see if I saw those.
You guys had a great video about Meg the Stallion.
Yeah, about her anime. I'm pretty positive on it. I think if she's the anime fan that she says she is, and the creators that she has involved with it, this should be a pretty good show. I look forward to reviewing it.
Mm-hmm. Cue the Josh.
Cue the Josh.
Hey, I've been watching y'all every single time on Thursday and Friday because I swear to God, y'all switch up every now and then. But rock out. I'm fucking with it. I'm out.
Thank you, Josh.
Appreciate it.